All right, all right. I'm back. I'm back. All right, we'll see what kind of people we get up. If you guys watched yesterday, it's going to be more of that, I'm sure. Although we are doing it at a different time, so maybe we'll get different kinds of people. Who knows? All right, fine. All right, everyone. If you all can help out and do your thing and tap the screen and share it on out to anybody that you think would want to join. I'm also over halfway towards the gift goal, the little roses. You guys can help out with that. Each rose is like a penny, so if you guys can help hit that, that would be helpful. Not needed, of course. And people on the tube, I just started, so I'll talk to you guys in a minute. But would you guys, gosh, Kat, I can, it's gonna get so frustrating getting that. It really is. What's up,
Hey,
Lainey? How
what's
you
up,
doing?
Doug?
How are you?
I just wanted to real quick because I wasn't able to come on earlier when you
Yeah,
were
sure. What's
talking
going on?
about that study.
Yeah,
The problem with that study is that it does a correlation causation
yeah. See, it's a
fallacy, or at
cohort
least
study.
people that are
Yeah,
using it often are doing that. Because what it was a database tracking, so they could get
yeah.
a large cohort, but also they can't follow up with anyone, right? They're just reading the codes. And so it can't prove that surgery caused it, although they kind of insinuated it in their conclusion. So it was a big overreach. Um, and also, the people that seek surgery, so they had the people, two different cohorts, basically
Yeah.
one who have gender dysphoria and don't get surgery, others who have gender
Hmm.
dysphoria and do.
Okay.
Well, often the ones that don't get surgery don't have as severe gender
Right,
dysphoria.
right. That's what I noticed from it.
So
Yeah, like
like
inherently, if you're getting surgery, you're probably on average going to have higher rates of those things, depression and
exactly.
anxiety. Except that would make sense. Yeah.
And then so these people sought out more, therapy and things like that, like
Sure.
post surgery. And yeah, sure, there's nothing that does not indicate necessarily a worse outcome.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just a very poor conclusion to the study. And then they even wrote a response later that were saying like, we're not trying to say that like the surgery is the cause of blah blah blah, even though they kind of did in the initial.
Yeah. I'm sure
So
I'm going to get that. I'm sure I'm going to get that more often. So I'll
So
right,
make sure
make
I
sure I
speak towards that.
all
Sorry.
right. So just wanted
Yeah.
to come up and give some notes on that. But
No, thank
thanks
you, Lainey. I
for
appreciate it.
what
Okay.
you do. Love you, friend.
Alrighty. Take care, Lainey. Okay.
Bye bye.
All right. See ya. All right. Let's bring up a guest here, guys. We are looking for opposition. Anybody that thinks body count does matter, hit the request button. Okay. See, how you doing?
what's up?
Hey, not much. I just need to know your age, please.
29.
29 sounds good. And do you think body count matters?
Well, 30. I guess today's my birthday, so I'm 30. I'm
Oh,
ump.
happy
But
birthday.
I definitely think body count matters.
Okay. Why is that?
Um, to be honest, I just think that like a girl giving it up to a bunch of guys is just like kind of gross.
Okay. But we're not talking about feelings here. What does it say about somebody if they have a high body count?
It says that she's easy. Because
Okay.
obviously men control marriage, women control sex. So
Hmm.
a woman just like
Interesting.
if you and a girl go to, I don't know if you have a girlfriend, wife, whatever, but if you and a girl, decently attractive people, go to a bar, who's gonna? I didn't say anything about minors.
You said, yeah. You're first of all, you're talking. You're saying girls, right? Right. When we're talking, I assume women that you're dating.
Women. Sorry.
And
Okay, my bad.
but hold on. Secondly, though, why on earth does something being easy make it a bad thing? That's so weird. You don't apply that to anything else in life. If somebody's really good at basketball, do you say that's a bad thing because they're good at it?
I mean, being good at basketball and just having sex with a bunch of men is kind of different.
No, 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 no. But somebody who's say 7 foot tall naturally is going to be better at basketball. They're going to have an easier time. Why is that not a bad thing?
Why is being good at basketball not a bad thing?
No, 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 no. Somebody who's 7 foot tall versus somebody who's 5 foot tall, they're going to have an easier time at basketball, playing basketball. Why is that not a bad thing? But when women have an easier time having sex, that's a bad thing.
I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of a bad comparison, bro. We're talking about something sexual
Yeah, we're
versus
talking about things
basketball.
being
But
easy. We're talking about things being easier.
so
Why is
you
the
would be.
basketball one not equivalent?
I mean, I don't know, bro. But would you want a wife with
But
100 bodies?
you're not answering the question. You're very conveniently not
I said
answering the
I don't know.
question.
You're talking about basketball versus body count.
Right.
That's kind of a bad
No, no, no,
comparison.
no, 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 no. You're saying it's bad because women have an easier time getting laid. It's bad if they do that. But if somebody has an easier time being better at basketball, that's not a bad thing. That's not being consistent with your logic.
It's. I mean, okay, bro, you got it.
You can
Basketball
continue to say
that
it's a
makes
bad
no sense.
analogy. You can
It is.
continue to say
It's a
it's a bad
terrible
analogy,
analogy
but yeah, you can continue to say that, but you're not answering. You're not even telling us why it's a bad analogy, but you're also not answering the analogy itself.
because you're
Like,
comparing someone being naturally taller than someone else to a girl having a sex with a lot of the dudes. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Right. So because you're saying because she has an easier time doing it, it's a bad thing if she does it. But if a 7-foot guy has an easier time playing basketball than somebody who's 5 foot tall, and he does good at it, that's not a bad thing.
I'm not gonna lie. I know you think you're cooking, but this makes no sense.
You can continue to say that, but that's not a good
And you
argument.
can continue to repeat the same analogy, but like, would you want a wife with 2 bodies or 100?
I don't ask body count because I don't care about body count. It's an irrelevant thing.
So you don't think it makes a woman less appealing that she has had threesomes and just been ran through in college?
I don't use the term ran through. I don't see why that would matter. I don't ask those things. There, in terms of how many people or what she's done with her sexual stuff in the past, it's not relevant to me when I meet them and when I get to know them. What's relevant if I want to get into a relationship is their past relationship experiences, sure. Her personality, sure. How many times she's had sex has nothing to do with me. Just as how many times I've had sex has nothing to do with her.
I guess, bro. I mean, if that's the way you look at it, it's kind of a cucky way to see it. But like, I don't want a girl who's just been ran through by everybody.
Okay, but you're not giving reasonings why. You're just doing the red pill thing, the insecurity thing. That's all you're doing. And guys, we can get to guess that 15,000 likes. Yeah, it stems from insecurity. That's all it is. You just don't like it that she's had previous experience prior to you because you think it's all about you. It's selfish.
No, I just don't want to know that my girl's been ran through by 100 dudes. It's kind of like I've seen girls.
You guys always use the extreme analogy, right? But if we're talking about any like regular a thing that would happen, you guys would. It's all based on just insecurity, though. Like you don't like it that she's had previous experience, that she's been with other guys. You want it to be only you. That's all you want.
No, I mean, that's not it. I don't care if she's I mean, obviously men want virgins, but
no, I don't want a virgin.
I've seen girls in college when I was in college that just absolutely get ran through the football team. Oh, sorry, my bad. Women in college.
Yeah, but you're doing the thing again, ran through, but you don't use that when you talk about with guys. So if a guy has sex with 10 women, they run through. If a guy, but how come he's not ran through? Why not?
Because guys are the ones. I'm trying to not use the bad terms, but guys are the ones smashing the girls, and girls are getting smashed. Like, but no, I've seen. Can I finish?
One time, I know, but once again, it's guys that have the low standard. It's guys that will have sex with any woman that will agree to have sex with them. Women are a lot more picky because they have the opportunity to be so. You guys, us guys, we have lower standards.
Okay, I've seen women in college. Yeah, women in college that just like get ran through by the whole football basketball team.
You keep saying the same thing. You keep saying the same line over and over again.
And then I see them get married.
I know, but see, you keep saying the same line over and over again. Yes, women are allowed to do what they want with their body. They can have sex with people. Then they can get married. It's okay.
Jesus Christ. And then when they're 27 and above with 30 bodies. Can I finish a sentence, bro? Jesus.
I know, but you're doing the same thing. Who cares?
Okay, well, you're doing the same thing by interrupting every time I go to make a point.
Go ahead, C. Go ahead.
Thank you.
I'll stop.
So
go ahead.
When I see women that I went to college with that got absolutely ran through by all the athletes, and we all ran through them, and now I see them married to a dude that probably has no clue that she was just an absolute slut in college, it just makes me sad. Like, damn, bro, you have no clue that your wife was just sucking everyone on any team.
Again, you're doing it again. This is all insecurity. You don't like it that you're smaller than the other guys she's been with, and you don't please her as good as the other guys that she's been with. That's all it's based on. It's insecure, and you're also jealous. You're also jealous because if you had the ability to have sex as much as an average woman could, based on her choosing, you would do it also.
Bro, I have
That's
hundreds
all
of
it is.
bodies.
It's
I do
being
fine, I
jealous and it's being
promise.
insecure.
I'm
That's
just not
all
a
it is.
cuck, bro. You can white knight for these whores, but
Yeah,
like that's
you
just
can
what it
continue
is.
to do that all you want, but you didn't answer any of my questions. You didn't respond to anything I said. You just said the same old lines over and over again. That's all you did. It was the same red pill lines. 15,000 likes, new guest, guys.
Yeah, you can continue to cuck out from, bro. But then at the end of the day, real men don't want whores.
So what
That's
does
just
it
what
say
is.
about it? So what's a high body count? Tell me what number is a high body count.
It also depends on age too, but I would say obviously high body count for like I wouldn't date a girl personally over 10, 15 bodies.
Okay, so what
That's a whole
happens when
basketball team, bro.
So when 16 happens, what changes?
What do you mean?
So you said you wouldn't date over a woman that has over 15 bodies. What happens when she gets
I
16?
said over like 10 to 15, like over like
All
10
right.
to 15, like in that range.
Okay, great. So I'm going above that range. So when she gets to 16, what changes with her that you then wouldn't date her?
She just has to like it's like the same thing with single moms. Like you're dating a single mom, you're kind of a cuck because why would you
That's
date?
not answering my question. You're okay dating a woman that has
If you would
15
stop
bodies.
interrupting, I would tell you.
See, you're okay dating a woman that has 15 bodies. What's the difference between 15 and 16?
Let me finish. So that's what I'm saying. So like she just has to like if you have higher bodies, you just have to be that much more attractive and that much more better at things. Because no one wants to be with a girl with a high body.
So you're not answering my question once again. What changes with the woman when she goes from 15 to 16 bodies? What's inherently different?
She becomes fun instead of relationship material.
So how does that happen over that one difference? What changes with her?
Because she enters a threshold of just being a slut rather than like
so
okay.
So 15 no slut, 16 slut. That's how this works?
Basically, it also depends how you catch your bodies too, I will say.
Okay, so there's nuance to it now. So it's not just about 15.
Obviously, it's not obviously not just black and white. You know what I mean? Like
Okay, great. I'm glad we got to that. So how would you even define a body? What's a body?
Having sex. Can you say that word or what?
Okay. So it like intercourse?
Yeah.
So giving oral is not a body then?
No. Yeah, I mean it's still obviously like you have to take the whole thing into consideration.
Well, so which one is it? Is it body or not?
Giving head. Yeah, I still count it. It's like a half a mark.
Okay, great. So what about a hand job? We hit 15,000. Get the fuck out of here. You didn't give a single fucking good argument. 15 is okay, but when it goes to 16, it's not. However, though, she had 15 and gave head. It's just 15 and a half now, I guess. Apparently. Kate, how you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. How you doing?
I'm great. How old are you?
I am 18.
What year were you born?
2008.
All right, cool. And do you think body count matters?
I do think it does to an extent, but let me explain my logic.
Okay.
Because so I do kind of agree with C a little bit on the fact that like, dude, if okay, I don't really care as long as it's not like over 100. You know what I mean? Well, okay, that's crazy. All I'm saying is not all men want a virgin, so it's like, you know what I mean? But I'm saying like, dude, if she got over 100, dude, do you know how wild she's got to be moving? Like, dude, that is okay. I'm saying this because I'm 18, so like I'm thinking about girls my age, like and a little bit older. So I'm saying that, like, taking that into consideration. So I'm saying, like, if a girl got over 100 right now, like, bro, she's cooked, bro. Like, it's over.
What does that mean? What do you mean cooked?
Like, dude, it's too much, bro. It's gonna be like gaping, bro. Like,
what's gaping?
Bro, you know what I'm talking about, bro.
So okay, so if she has sex one time with 100 guys, that's gaping.
No, okay, wait, hold up. But let me say something.
No, well, I want to make sure. So if she has sex one time with 100 guys, it would be gaping down there.
I mean, if you think about it, it could be, bro.
Okay, cool. So what if she has sex with one guy? What if she has sex with one guy 100 times? Is it gaping?
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's the nuance of. That's like the difference. That's why body count is like so wild, because it could be just multiple times with the same dude, and then she's got 100 of them. So it's like.
So. Okay,
like,
so dude, then what's your argument then?
My argument is that it still matters if she's... that's my argument. It literally matters more. That's why it even matters even more, because she could realistically be getting with the same amount of dudes. Listen, bro, nobody wants a wife who has done it like 700 times, dude. Like,
Okay, but you're hold on. But we got to get into these. You're not giving any good argument as to why. What does it say about her specifically? And we got to be more careful with our language. All right, you keep using all these words, and the previous guest did. Can we just like be a little more respectful here? Is that possible?
got you, bro. Got
I
you.
know you're 18. I know you're 18. But
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
we'll
My
get
bad,
to
my
new
bad.
guests at 30,000 likes. Okay. So, what does it say about her specifically? The body count.
Um, I somebody said I got a stub in the chat. My bad.
Leave the comments alone. I
My
promise.
bad.
If you
My
leave the
bad.
comments
My
alone,
bad.
you'll feel better.
My bad, bro. All these foids, they're attacking me. But okay,
Okay, cool.
listen.
Go ahead.
Listen. Wait, what would you ask me?
I'm asking, what does it say about a woman, her body count?
It says that she just be giving it out to anybody, bro.
And what does that mean? Giving out to anybody?
Like she just like she sees a dude, like, bro, the minute some alcohol touch her lips or this and that, like she see a dude and then she just wanna get destroyed. Like, I don't.
Destroyed? You mean having sex?
Yeah, she wanna get
Why do you
slayed,
keep using these words? Just having sex.
bro. I'm 18,
Destroyed?
bro.
Yeah, but like, don't use that as an excuse. So why is having sex a bad thing?
I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think the amount
But
that you do it can
you just
become unhealthy.
insinuated it was. You just insinuated
No,
it
I think
was.
I don't. No, I insinuated that the amount that a girl does can be concerning.
It'd be a woman in this case because you're an adult, right? Why is it concerning though? Because for every time she has sex, in the case of what we're talking about, there's another guy involved, right? So another guy is contributing to it.
Well,
Why is that bad?
I also think that like, it matters for guys too.
Okay, so if a guy has a high body count, that's bad as well.
I mean, yeah, I would say so too, because no girl wants a dude who's just been like
A woman, yeah. Well,
sorry,
but why
sorry,
not?
no.
But why? But why not though? Again, what does it inherently say about somebody?
It's just like, bro, come on, dude. Like, imagine. Okay, listen. Just imagine a girl. Just okay. There's a dude
A
you
guy
hate.
or a woman? A woman. Jesus Christ, dude.
Dude, my bad. There's a woman. You're getting romantical with her. You know, you take her on a few dates, this and that, like whatever, and then you find out she got with a dude who jumped your brother. And then. Like, just think about that.
She
bro.
got with a dude that jumped your brother. What does that mean?
Bro. Like something like that, bro. Or like multiple
Wait, but that
dudes.
has nothing to do with body count, though. You're
I
talking
know,
about
but it's
something.
like if there's a higher chance, homie.
But that's not a body count. You're talking about doing something like not respecting boundaries or whatever. That's not body count.
Bro, but how is she supposed to know that that's a boundary if she doesn't know because she just be getting with anybody?
But again, that's not body count. You're talking about. First of all, I don't like. You're talking about getting with my brother. Did she know it's my brother?
Dude.
Did she know it's my brother, and was it after the fact of meeting me?
Okay, what I'm saying
If
is,
it was, if she didn't know it's
you're
my
missing
brother and it was
point.
before the fact of meeting me, then who cares? That's not like what she didn't do that like knowingly. But this also has nothing to do with body count. I don't know why you're bringing this up.
No, I know. I'm just okay. My whole point of it is just that you're not gonna be the white knight of these whores trying to say, "Oh, body count doesn't matter," this and that.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
just
not
using
trying to do
buzzwords,
anything.
bro.
I don't need to get laid. I'm not.
Okay.
That's not.
Yeah, okay. No. I understand that. But what I'm saying is,
but it's weird that you
prefer-
think.
do you
Hold on,
prefer
but it's
what-
odd. Hold on. It's odd that you think just because I'm saying body count doesn't matter, I am doing that to get laid.
No, I mean I don't know if you are. I don't know if you are.
And again, stop saying the words that you're saying. I missed it, but did you say whore? What? Stop saying that. Just come on. Like, it's not that
Okay,
difficult.
yeah, no, that was disrespectful, bro. That's on me.
All right,
Listen.
last time. If you say it again,
Okay.
I'm gonna have to drop you.
Okay, I got you. Don't worry. All right.
But it's weird that you're saying just because I'm saying body count doesn't matter that I'm doing it for the sake of getting laid, right? It's almost like you think that like the only reason to have women in your life is to get laid.
I mean,
that's what it comes off as. That's the only goal.
No, women are amazing, bro. They can do so much with they got so much to offer. That's what I'm saying. That
But the moment you think I'm trying to like quote unquote protect them or whatever, which is not even necessarily protecting them, I'm just agreeing that body count doesn't matter. You're saying I'm trying to get laid by doing that.
Okay, but I also just think that in the social life of like just high school and college, like, well, let's not bring high school in this because some of those people are under 18, but like I'm talking like older high school, like seniors. I'm saying like it can ruin your reputation if you have gotten with a ton of the men in your high school or in your college, and like bro,
okay.
I know this girl,
But
bro.
we're not. Jesus Christ, this is why it's so difficult to talk to 18-year-old. I'm not in high school. I'm not in college. I live out in society. Okay, so I don't know.
Mhm.
Like none of this is relevant, right? Like you
Bro
need to
saying
get
he's not
out. You need to be
18.
able to. Right, you need to be able to like grow up and get out of school and be in society. Like these things
Dude,
aren't
that's gonna
applicable
come
here.
with time, homie. I'm just supposed to just be 25
You're
tomorrow.
not
Like,
supposed to be just 25, but your mindset, you should work on your mindset. I'm not expecting that for it to happen overnight, but
okay,
it's
well,
something
hold
to
up. Can
work
I
on.
ask you a question?
You can ask me a question. Guys, 30,000 likes, new guest. What's your
Yeah,
question?
bro, you better start liking up that live if y'all want me out of here. But listen, I'm asking you, what body count would you prefer your woman to have?
I never asked. I've never asked once in my life. So I don't
Okay,
really
so
have a
you,
preference.
all right,
Hold
so
on.
is
Wait,
like,
wait, wait. Somebody disliked you so much they paid to kick you. Brandon, thank you so much. Sorry if you sent it a while ago. Again, guys, if you send something and I miss it, just let me know a lot in the comments and caps, okay? Brandon, thank you so much for the 20 on the blue out with a V. It says, like, dude, STFU. Brandon, thank you. I appreciate you. W. Brandon in comments. All right, we'll get to the next guest in just 1 second. All right. I'm bringing up just whoever I see just at the top. I don't bring up anybody specifically from the box. It's just whoever's on top. No pun intended. Keep tapping and sharing though. If you guys are enjoying the live, click the follow button on the top left. Make sure you send in a heart me as well. If you're on the tube, make sure you subscribe and like the live. What's up? How you doing?
Oh, another day in paradise. How are you?
I'm doing great. What's your name? What do I call you?
You can call me Lee.
Lee. Gotcha. All right. How old are you, Lee?
53.
53. Okay. You think body count matters?
Yes.
Alrighty, sounds good. And are you currently like married, in a relationship, single? Just curious.
Yeah, I've been married for 20 years.
Married for 20 minutes. Okay. Why do you think body count matters?
Well, for a couple of reasons. And this is not, my position is not based off sex or gender. I believe for both male and female that a high body count shows bad decision-making skills. That
Okay.
if you keep making the same mistakes and having intercourse with people of the opposite sex who aren't right for you, and you have to keep making that same mistake over and over and over again, and having to break up and then hunting down for another person that isn't
Why are
right
you
for you.
Why are you insinuating? Why are you insinuating that they're doing it with somebody that they're trying to be in a relationship with? You can have sex with somebody and have zero intentions of being in a relationship, so it wouldn't be a mistake in that sense. It would just be something you're doing consensually with each other.
You can find examples of anything, right? I'm talking about on the whole, right, Doug?
Well, how do you know that? How do you know that this is them relationship after relationship after relationship?
Because you didn't
that wouldn't say that.
include in your question, does body count matter if you're just having random unattached sex?
No,
Then
but exactly, you
about
wouldn't know. Exactly, you wouldn't know. Therefore, body count wouldn't inherently matter because you have no idea what that would look like.
I don't agree with that perception because each individual person makes decisions based off their worldview, right? And if someone, regardless of male or female, decides to have random sex with strangers, well, that's not a good thing either, is it, Doug?
What's a bad thing about having sex consensually with somebody that
other than sexually transmitted diseases?
Right. There's risks.
So there is a bad connotation to multiple sexual partners.
No. There's risks of anything that we do in life, right? You getting in your car, there's a risk you're going to get in a car crash. Maybe hurt yourself, maybe hurt somebody else, but you do it. But there's a risk. But you try to do this safely as possible. You put on a seatbelt, you drive safely.
Exactly.
When we have sex, you hopefully use protection. You ask the person if whatever, right? Like you do safe sex. So there's risks, but you can mitigate them.
Doug. Let's use that driver's license. Let's go a little bit deeper into that. So if you have a driver's license and you know it's a risk to get into a car, are you going to buy a shitty car? Or are you going to buy a good, reliable vehicle?
Why are we comparing?
Are you going to buy a car that has had multiple fender benders?
Why are we comparing human beings to cars? Why are we comparing human beings?
You're the one who brought up the driver's license.
I wasn't comparing a human being to a car. No. I wasn't comparing a human being to a car. I'm
Why
not
does
getting
that offend
offended.
you,
I
Doug?
was never comparing a human being to a car. I don't
You
understand why you didn't get my
obviously found
analogy.
it offensive enough to stop the
Well,
conversation
yeah,
and
because
bring
human
that
beings
up,
aren't cars. Yeah,
as
human
in though
beings are
you're
cars.
attacking me.
Human
I
beings are
was
not
using an
cars.
analogy, Doug. Do you know what an
Right,
analogy
right.
is?
But what you're insinuating is that somebody who has sex is
That's
more
your opinion.
damaged. You're saying that
That's
they're more
your opinion.
damaged. Well, no, that's what you
That's
said in
your
the
opinion.
analogy.
That's what you're
No,
projecting
did you
onto
or did you
me.
not? Did you or did you not in your analogy say that a car with high miles is damaged?
No, I did not. I
Yes,
said, would
yes,
you
you
buy a
did.
car
Yes,
with
you
high
did.
miles, or
Yes,
would
you
you
did. You
buy a
said
car
fender
with
benders. Yes, you did.
damage?
Yes, you did. You mentioned
Yeah,
fender benders and
so
high mileage, right? So
you're the
how
one
is
who
that
brought up
applicable
the
to a human
car
being?
analogy.
Tell me how that's applicable to a human being.
Doug, you brought up the car analogy.
Lie, or Lee, whatever your name is. I wasn't comparing human being to cars. I was comparing the actions of doing something, right? Doing something that has inherent risks with it. I wasn't comparing a
With,
human being to a
wait a
car.
minute, like having random sex with strangers. So you are
Okay.
talking about people.
But again,
You're comparing a people to a car.
Okay.
You're comparing a human to driving.
I
That's
wasn't
even
comparing
worse.
a
At
human
least
being to a car. I can't help it that you didn't understand my analogy. I cannot help it that you
and
did
I
not
can't help it
understand my
that you
analogy.
don't understand mine. I can't help it that you got offended over mine.
Great. Perfect. Cool. Sounds good. So when we're talking about somebody that has a body count of, say, 10, what does it say about that person inherently?
Inherently, it says that they
Yes.
obviously made mistakes.
How do you know they made a mistake?
Because if it was the correct choice, they'd still be with the person they were with.
How
right?
do you know they were trying to be with that person for a relationship?
Doug, I'm going off of the information that this other person is providing me, so I can
They're
only
not giving you that
things.
information. You're assuming that, Lee. How do you know they were trying to be in a relationship? Lee, how do you know they were trying to be in a relationship?
I would ask.
Okay, great. So then it's not about body count, it's about relationships.
Which is part of body count.
No, we're talking about relationships
Why?
because that's what you seem to care about.
Why isn't relationships part of body count?
Because you're talking about getting to know somebody for the sake of being in a relationship. That's fine if you want to be in a relationship with the person, but it has nothing to do with body count.
Are you just defending prostitutes, Doug?
Okay, great. So you can't respond to what I'm saying, so you're just going to say something stupid.
No, I'm just trying to understand your mental, the position you're
I'm sorry
coming from,
you can't respond to things that I'm saying. I'm sorry that you can't respond to things I'm saying, so you have to do that.
You don't have to raise
your voice. You're doing
the
thing again. You're doing the thing again.
Yeah,
this is what people do.
I mean,
so when somebody's losing in a debate, they're doing exactly what you're doing right now. But you can continue doing it. That's
only
fine.
from your point of view. Only from your point of view, Doug.
Okay, cool.
No,
so again,
all of 300 people out of a country of 350 million? I'm not too worried about the 350.
Okay, sounds good, guys. I don't remember what like to kickle I said. Let me know what I said in the comments as far as like to kickle. If I didn't say anything, make it 40,000. But anyways, what does it say about somebody? Their body count. You said it says that they make mistakes,
It says that
right?
they're making bad decisions.
Okay,
absolutely.
Again,
you don't think having random sex with strangers is a good decision?
We're going to walk through this again. How do you know they made a mistake? I didn't say 32.
If they have, because they have a high body count.
10 is a high body count?
Yes, absolutely.
Really? At your age? You're
yes,
53.
Absolutely.
10. So you're telling me at 53, that's one every, what is that, every 10 years? Or two every 10 years?
But I'm married for 20 years.
That's a high body count.
But I've been married for 20 years.
Yeah, so somebody who has...
Doug, why did you have to curse?
Somebody who has two bodies every 10 years.
Why did you have to curse, Doug?
Again, you're doing it again. You're doing it again.
Well, I'm just wondering why you're so angry.
Okay, cool, guys. 40,000 likes. We'll get to it. 40,000 likes. We'll get to it
personally. I'm not saying you have a high body count. We're just having a discussion here, right?
Lee, why is 10 a high body count?
Doug,
Lee, why is 10 a high body count?
Because I say it is.
Okay.
Because I say
why
it
though?
Is.
But why?
Because if you have to go through 10 individual people to find the person who you should know,
how do you know they're trying to date those people?
Then if they're not trying to date those people, I believe having random sex with strangers is a bad decision.
How do you know it's random sex? What do you mean random sex?
Now you're doing it, Doug.
Okay. What do you mean random sex?
I mean people who they don't have a desire to be in a long-term relationship with.
Great. And why is that a bad thing to have sex with that person?
If they're not planning to have a long-term relationship with them, then I don't believe that they should enact carnal knowledge with each other.
Why
Is
not?
that so? I mean, that's my opinion. You asked.
I know.
This is like, where does it say? Come on, let me finish
Lee,
a
I
sentence,
understand.
Doug.
Lee,
Let
I
me finish
understand
a
it's your
sentence.
opinion.
Let me
Lee,
finish
I
a
understand
sentence.
it's your
Let me
opinion.
finish a sentence.
Why?
Let me
But
finish a
why is
sentence.
that
Let me
your
finish a
opinion?
sentence.
Lee, why is that your opinion?
Because I like pepperoni over
Yeah, we're not talking
pineapple
about
pizza.
pepperoni. Right. So why is it a bad thing if they have sex with somebody that they don't want to be in a
Because
relationship
it's
with?
my opinion, Doug.
I
Just like
understand,
it's
but
your
why?
opinion.
Lee, the whole point of this
Why do
debate
you
is to expand upon our opinions. Why is that your opinion? Lee, why is that your opinion?
Because it is. Answer
Why,
my question.
Lee?
Why do
Lee,
you like
if you
peanut
can't,
butter? Why do you like peanut butter?
Lee, if you cannot
You
tell
getting
us as a 53-year-old in front of 300 people why you have an opinion, then I can't have this conversation with you. The whole point of this is to talk about why we have opinions. And if you can't challenge your own opinions, then I don't know what we're doing here.
You
Lee,
can't even
why
let
is that
someone
your
talk. You just talk
Lee,
over me.
why is that your opinion? If you don't answer it, I will kick you. Why is that your opinion?
That is my opinion.
Why
my
is that
opinion
your
because
opinion?
I
Why is that
believe
your
it's my
opinion?
opinion.
Why is that your opinion? Last chance.
It's the same reason why you like peanut butter. Why do you like peanut butter, Doug?
Goodbye. All right. If you are joining this live stream and you cannot tell us why you have an opinion, do not join. Do not join. I don't understand why it's so hard to extrapolate why we have an opinion. That's literally the whole point of debates. Like, it's pathetic that a 53-year-old couldn't do that. If you're enjoying the live, make sure you click the follow button on the top left of TikTok. Make sure you guys do send in a heart me though as well, okay? That helps us stay on algorithm. And if you guys can tap like the live, share. If you're on the tube, make sure you subscribe and like the live as well. What's up, Steven? How are you? Steven, are you there? Okay. Yeah, and 10 is a high body count at 50-something? That's weird. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm
I'm
doing great.
actually on your side where it doesn't really matter, so I don't know if you
Okay,
want to
I gotta
keep
bring.
it up or not.
Yeah, I gotta bring that. I'm sorry. I am looking for opposition, but I appreciate it though. Thank you, guys. We are looking for opposition. Anybody that thinks body count does matter. Tay, hello.
Oh,
How
sorry,
you
I
doing?
didn't mean to request. I didn't mean to
You're all
request. My
good.
bad.
No worries. You're all good. You're all good. Take care. All right, let's get to the next one. Again, we are looking for opposition. Guys, make sure that you didn't accidentally request. Just check the request box to see if you did.
Yo,
Hey, Risk. Hey, how you doing?
how's it going? I'm doing good.
It's going. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How old are you?
25.
25. Sounds good. Do you think body count matters?
Yeah, when it comes to like casual sex and non-committed relationships, I don't think it matters. But when looking for a relationship, I think a high body count would kind of show like lack of commitment and would kind of be telling to how successful a relationship would end up.
Well, hold on though. But it sounds like you're talking about just relationships not working out, not necessarily body count.
Yeah, like I said, when it comes to just like biology, normal casual sex, I don't think it matters.
Like if
But
you're having sex with that person, their body count does matter. Is that what you're saying? Like just casual
I mean,
sex,
so
it doesn't
like,
matter? Or
yeah, like when it's not pertaining to relationships, I don't think body count
oh,
matters.
okay. When they just have casual sex, it doesn't matter. But if they have a high body count with a lot of relationships, it matters.
No, Jesus,
Okay,
I'm trying
okay.
to
Try to explain it
my
differently then.
bad, my bad. Let me try to explain it. I mean, like if you're man or woman, it doesn't really matter. If you're looking for a relationship and the person you're going after has a high body count, I
Mm-hmm.
think I think it would matter in that sense because you're basically getting into a committed relationship with somebody who doesn't really care about commitment if they're willing to have an extremely high body count.
Okay, so how do you know that they're not like that they don't commit at all? What about their body count specifically says that?
I mean, I just personally, I do think a lot of it's subjective. Personally, I would say, like intercourse is a very intimate thing. So if you're willing to have it with a ton of people, and then you're kind of lacking commitment in that sense.
But lacking commitment would insinuate that they were trying to commit to them to begin with, right? Like, since you're talking about men and women, I'm just going to use myself as an example. Let's say I just have a one night stand with somebody, no intentions on dating them. What does that show about my commitment?
I mean, it would show that you're willing to do something intimate with somebody who you didn't want to commit to. It's kind of like,
Right, but then it doesn't show lack of commitment because I wasn't trying to commit to them in the first place. Now, if you're talking about somebody who's been in a lot of relationships, like plenty of relationships, maybe you have a point, but that's not body count, that's relationships.
yeah, but I still think it's the same thing. It's like,
Well, body count
like
and
say,
relationships are different. I mean, they're, one happens with the other, but they're not exactly the same thing, obviously.
yeah, I mean, like say for example, right? At least when it comes to relationships, like say a girl on the like far. This is like
A woman.
yeah, like my bad. When a woman, say a woman was gonna get into a relationship with like a musician or something, famous musician, that's famous actor who's had a ton of bodies, right? Like they're known for
Okay.
like type of deal, right? Like say like
Okay.
Chris Brown, for example. Like,
Okay.
are you gonna be surprised if he's not committed to you? In that sense, it's like
What,
if somebody lies to you every day, they still have the
what,
ability to be truthful. It's just, why would you expect them to be?
what does that have to do with body count?
Body count is like, I don't know how to explain this to you. I see it as an intimate thing that should only be done with commitment. I don't see it as something that
Okay.
should be done casually.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Why not though? Why does it have to be with somebody that you want to be in a relationship with?
I guess it mainly pertains to like my faith and stuff. So like as a Christian,
What does your faith say?
I mean, it just shows that it's a very intimate thing that should be done with your wife.
Where does it say that you can't have sex outside of like a relationship or the intentions of a relationship?
But I mean, I guess that would just be a form of lust, which is a sin in the Bible.
Well, how's that a form of lust though? You can have lust when you're in a relationship with one person and only been in a relationship with one person.
When you're married, any type of sexual attraction isn't lust at that point.
Well, how do you know? You can absolutely have lust still in a marriage for sure. Just because you're in a marriage, that doesn't automatically insinuate that it's like a healthy, happy relationship. And you can have lust towards other people while being married. You can look at corn. You can walking down the street. You can look at whoever you're attracted to down the street and have lust.
Yeah, but you're not lusting towards your wife, is what I mean. I'm not talking about
You
other
absolutely
people.
could. Yeah, you can absolutely lust towards your wife. Yeah, for sure. And guys, we can get to a new one at 50,000 likes, by the way. We are looking for opposition. Yeah, you can still lust your wife. Why not? Or have lust towards your wife, rather. You're off screen. If you're trying to speak, I can't hear you.
My bad. I mean, I was gonna look up the definition of lust real quick. See if that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I got it. 1 second. It's an intense physical desire, strong craving, and over-mastering appetite, which you 100% can have if you're married. Why not? So, while commonly tied to a powerful sexual urge, it can also describe a fierce longing for non-sexual things like power, money, or fame. So, yeah, for sure, you can have lust while being married.
Yeah, I guess the idea of marriage when it comes to the Bible isn't something to where you'd be lusting. And either way, I just don't think body count. I don't think body count matters when it's coming to like, or when talking about like biology, I don't think a girl with a higher body count is
Woman.
any different than a woman with a low body count. When it comes to like physically, but I think it just shows different values that I personally don't align with.
But okay, so what would this number? And guys, we are looking for opposition. People think body count matters. 50,000 likes, we can get to new guests. So what number do you think is too high for like as a body count? Like, what's that threshold?
I definitely think it depends on the age.
Okay.
I mean, it's hard to put a amount on. I think that's subjective. It's kind of like the
I
same
agree.
thing as
I
I think
agree.
it's the same thing as like saying what's a lot of money to one person. It's
Sure.
different to different people, right?
So it's subjective though, but so that means details matter, context matters, right? So how would you determine inherently if body count matters if other factors play into it?
I mean, that definitely depends on the person, what they're willing to risk going into being with that person.
What I'm saying is if you're dating a woman, you go on many dates with her, you get to know her really well, right? You've gone on several dates over, I don't know, we'll say over the course of months, right? You go on a lot of dates, you really know her pretty well, at least for the sake of that time period. You know her personality, all that stuff, you really like her. You don't know her body count, and then you learn her body count. What would that change?
I mean, like say, okay, boom, that happens, right?
Yeah.
She's a great woman, and then she tells me she has like 100 bodies, right?
Let's use something realistic. I don't know why you guys always use extreme examples. Let's say like 20, 30.
Okay, I mean,
What
I
would that
don't
change?
think,
But you like, but all up until that point, for months, everything was great. Why would that number change something?
I mean, it would just tell me something that I didn't learn prior, right?
Right, but then it sounds like that number doesn't really give any value because you've already known her as a person. You've already gotten to know her, you already like her, and that number shouldn't change anything.
I
And if it
mean, that
does, it's just
number,
because because you're letting your feelings dictate it.
I mean, that number would have just as much to do with her as the other things that I learned, would it
How
not?
so?
I mean,
Don't you think getting to know somebody is the best way to get to know somebody rather than a number?
I mean, do you not think that that's, I mean, it's not just a number, it's the amount of times that she's had intercourse with different people, right? Like, I think
Sure.
that's something that's
Yeah,
important in a sense. I also,
but
it's gonna sound like a hypocrite, but I also don't think it matters at a certain point too. Like if you're above 35, I don't really. There's why are you asking body count at that point? It's like
what do you mean by that? And guys, 50,000 likes, new guys. What do you mean?
it's more so like once you get old enough, it's like I don't think there's any reason to hate on a woman that's been with it. Like say if there's 20, 30 bodies and she's 30 something years old, that does not. It's just like you're too grown at that point.
It sounds like
But
you're contradicting yourself quite a bit then.
I
So it
know
sounds
that's
like you're saying it matters, but then at some point it doesn't matter. Sometimes it matters with this context, but other times it doesn't.
yeah. I mean, certain contexts it definitely does matter. If you're 20 years old, 30 bodies, you've had that much lack of commitment with people.
But how do you know that they were trying to? We've already gone
I
over this.
know
How do you know they're
if they're
trying to
not
commit to that?
trying to, they're still having lack of commitment, are they not?
No, not at all. Because you can have, let's say somebody is 30 years old, right? They've had a relationship, maybe even in high school, right? Say like from 15 to 17 years old or whatever. They were single for a few years, maybe two times in that year they slept with somebody. They were in a relationship for another 3 years. There was a 2 year gap. They had a few more times that they slept with people. They get to the age of 30, they've had like 3 relationships, 2+ years, but 15 bodies or whatever. Why? Why is that bad? They've had successful relationships in the sense that like they were long term.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't say that 15 bodies at 30 is a lot. I would say that's
Okay,
definitely
well,
low
many
end.
people would. There are many people I'm sure in the chat would say that, but we can increase the number. That's fine. My point would still stand. I'm just
Yeah, I
asking
mean,
why. It doesn't say anything about her lack of commitment because she was in committed relationships. And they ended just for healthy reasons, not for anything like in particular, just healthy reasons. Just whatever, they civilly ended things.
I more so see it like if she's going to have a certain amount of bodies, it's just like you've been with this many people. Why are you, or what's stopping you from getting more? I guess I don't know. It's like
I don't think they're necessarily trying to get more. I don't think that's like the goal.
I know, but it just doesn't. I wouldn't see somebody, even if they're not trying to commit in those times that they had sex. I wouldn't see somebody that has a ton of bodies as somebody who is the same type of person that is willing to commit long term.
Again, guys, 50,000 likes, new guys. We're almost there. But again, this person in this scenario did have committed relationships. Again, they're not mutually. They're not. It depends on what you mean by long term. Say 3 years, 4 years. My point still stands, though.
But they're still willing to have those other bodies. If they had 2, 3 relationships, 3 years. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But you have in between times where you're having 10 plus bodies, whatever. You're not being committed. You're not really caring for commitment at that point.
Who cares though? But you don't have to be in a point in your life every single second of your life where you want to be in a relationship. In fact, I don't think that would be good if every single second of your life you want to be in a relationship, right? Like if you just got out of a 3-year relationship, I would expect for you to not want to be in one for quite a while. You to like quote unquote discover yourself, do your own thing, whatever it is you got to do, right? And at some point you may be ready for one. What's wrong with that?
I mean, I don't think there's something wrong with those people. It's just not the people that I would want to be in a relationship with.
Because again, what does it say? I know, but like, what? Why not?
I wouldn't expect them to want commitment if they haven't showed that they wanted it in the past.
I just feel like we're getting circular at this point. We're repeating ourselves. I just don't understand how it shows lack of commitment. Because again, they weren't trying to commit to those people. They weren't in a spot in their life where they wanted to be in something serious. In fact, I would think that would be a bad thing if they tried to be in something serious. If they weren't ready for it, that would be a bad thing. That wouldn't be healthy.
Okay, I guess when I say lack of commitment, I don't mean like they're not being faithful. I mean they're not wanting to be committed. If somebody doesn't want to be committed and then they want to later on, I guess there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm personally not going to just take that at face value if she hasn't been faithful to a single person.
No, faithful means that you haven't cheated. A body count says nothing about whether she has cheated or not. Anyways, we are approaching 50,000 likes, so I will get to a new guest. I do appreciate the conversation. I'm going to go ahead and bring you down, though, okay? Take care. The whole thing became very circular and very repetitive after a while. Very, very repetitive. Again, somebody can come up and prove me wrong. It seems like that every guy that cares about body count, it just comes down to insecurity and jealousy. Every single time. All right, we're going to get to the next one, though. Keep tapping and sharing, though, if you're on TikTok. Make sure you click the red follow button on the top left. If you're enjoying live, make sure you send the heart me as well. My backup account is right there, so if you guys want to follow that would be great. If you're watching on it too, make sure you subscribe and like the live, please, and thank you. And everybody else, if you all can just keep tapping and sharing. I'm going to change the gift goal real quickly. Hey, what's up, BK? BK, how you doing? All right, goodbye. Let's get to the next one. Remember, guys, we are just looking for people who believe body count matters. Hey, Huddy. Hey, how you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
All right, I just need to know your age, please. How old are you?
21.
21, sounds good. And do you think body count matters?
Yes.
Cool. Why is that?
Because why would you want to be with somebody that can't stick or hold to one person?
What about body count says that?
That you've been around the yard and you've just been with anybody that shows an ounce of effort.
Oh, but hold on, though. So you're saying you want to be with somebody that wants to be in a relationship, right?
Of course.
Okay, so them having a high body count, how does that say that? Like, if they've been in successful relationships before?
Because after a while, if you have like a lot, like maybe 20, 15, 30,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
after a while you're the common denominator. I mean, you have 30 bodies and the common denominator is you can't stay in relationships and you
Well,
are hooking up with another guy every other week. So why would I want to be
well,
with somebody?
well, we're not talking about every other week. That doesn't say that she can't be in a relationship. Again, if if you're sleeping with somebody and you have no intentions of being in a relationship, it's just like a one night stand or a very casual thing. That in no way says that she can't be in a relationship.
That just says she doesn't have the morals I'm looking for.
But why is that? Why are those morals different? What about that do you not like?
I don't like that that's just where we would differ. That
But why?
because I don't believe that you should just sleep around. I think that it's very special and meaningful to do it with
Okay,
your companion that you've been
okay.
with
And do
and
you
are
apply this
looking
to
to
men
be
as
with in the
well?
future.
Do you
Do
apply
I
this
apply
to men as
this?
well?
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say because I'm not attracted to men, so I
I'm
wouldn't
not.
really know.
You don't have to be attracted to men to answer that question. Do you think body count matters for men? Like for example, if you, what's a body count that you believe to be too high for a woman? You say 10, 15, 20?
At my age, straight out of high school, still in college, I'm gonna say any more than 5 at my
Any more
certain
than five?
age.
Okay, so if
Yeah,
you yourself or another guy rather, whatever, has 6 or 7, is that 6, 7? If that person dates a woman or trying to date a woman, is that okay? Is that fine?
it's up to that certain women, I guess.
I, yeah, but
If
like,
they think it's okay, then if
does that show that he has bad morals if he has 6 or 7 or 8?
it all depends what the woman's looking for. If the
But
woman
that's
doesn't
weird
care, then
though.
good for her.
But it's interesting though. You were very quick to say it about women having bad morals, but not about a man. Like you're
I said that because that would that would be what I'm personally looking for. Not that if the woman says that they don't have the morals I like because they have 7 bodies, then yeah, the morals are bad, and that's not what she's looking for. And then good for her. She doesn't need
but
to be with that man because of that certain reason. That's completely fine.
but can you if you had 5, 6, 7, 8 bodies, would that be okay?
If I had 5, 6, 7, or 8 bodies and a woman turned me down because of that reason, I would say
No, no, no.
hats
For
off to you.
yourself, is that okay? For yourself, is that okay?
It's okay, but I wouldn't expect a woman to be okay with that.
So, but for yourself, it's okay. But you would deny a woman who has that.
Yeah, and
Do you see
I
that?
wouldn't. No, no,
But
no,
do
no,
you see
no,
the
no, 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 no,
hypocrisy
no,
here?
no,
Yes.
no. I don't, because I'm trying to explain to you why it is the same. Because if a woman has 6, 7, or 8 or 9 bodies or whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
she goes looking for a man and gets turned down because of her morals and because of that reason, that's completely fine. Same way, if I had 6, 7, or 8 or 9 and I got turned down, it would be fine. I mean,
But that's not what
be understanding.
that's not what we're discussing, though. You said that if you were dating a woman or you're trying to date a woman who had higher than 5, that she wouldn't have the same morals as you, right? That it would be like
Right.
immoral to some degree. But you said for
Yep.
yourself that that necessarily wouldn't be the case. So why are you holding a standard for her but not for yourself?
It would be the case if she thought it was the case.
But we're not talking about her, guys. We're talking about for you, for yourself.
For me, it doesn't matter because I
But
have
then you're holding a double standard. You're
no,
allowed
it
to have a
doesn't
high body
matter
count.
because that's not the realistic case. My body count
It,
is 6, 7, or 8.
but that's not what we're talking about here. You said it
If in a
still would be
different
okay.
world, if in a different world, if I woke up one day and I had that many, I'd be disappointed in myself and I'd say, yeah, that isn't morally right.
Okay,
If
but
that answers your question.
okay. So what's immoral about that? And guys, we can get to new one at 60,000 likes, by the way. What's immoral about it?
It's just what I believe in. It's not the immoral. If I had 6, 7, or 8 long-term relationships, that's a different story. But that's just really unrealistic at my age to have
So then,
7 long
okay,
relationships.
sure, but then it's not about body count. Then it's about relationships. It seems.
Yeah,
Okay, so then body
it's
count
about
doesn't
both.
matter.
It
Well,
does
well,
matter.
but you said you care about the relationship, so body count wouldn't matter.
No, no, no. I said that that's something that should be held for like long-term relationships, and that if you have just random hookups, your morals aren't what I'm looking for personally, and I
Okay, but
wouldn't.
I understand, but why is that immoral?
It's subjective to why it's immoral. Like some people may
Subject.
decide it's not.
I'm asking you though. I'm asking you
Yeah, to
though.
me, it's immoral because
But
that means
why?
they're the common denominator, and then they sleep around, and that's not what I like. That's like
Okay, okay,
the reason
okay.
that's
But what?
immoral is because it's because you can't stick to somebody. You have to go and find pleasure from other people.
Okay, we're going in circles here. Just because you sleep with somebody, that doesn't mean you're trying to be in a relationship with them.
I
So again,
understand,
why
and
is
that's
that?
why it would be immoral because that just to
Why?
me is because they're sleeping around and they're not holding themselves
That,
to a standard that I would want a girl
that
to be in a relationship with to hold
oh, oh,
themselves
oh,
to
a
that
woman,
standard.
a woman. But why is that immoral? Why is that not holding your? What's with that standard? Why is that not a good standard?
Again, that's just me. Like that's just me because I
I,
believe that you.
this
I
is getting
believe.
circular. I know you believe it, but
I
why do you believe
understand
it?
what you're trying to. I believe it because I wouldn't feel right with myself. I wouldn't feel at peace with myself. I don't think she would either if she's been
Okay.
sleeping around with other men. I wouldn't feel special. I wouldn't feel
Oh,
special
oh, okay, okay. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. You wouldn't feel special. Why not? What about that
because
makes you not feel special?
I'm the third man in the last 2 months to be in that. Like what is
Okay.
special about that?
But why is that a bad thing, though? What does that say about you? If she loves you and you're in a happy relationship, what the fuck does it matter? It sounds like, if anything, you are special to her
I
because she
wouldn't
chose to date
be. I
you.
wouldn't.
But she
I
chose to
wouldn't be.
date
And
you.
no,
She
no,
chose
she
to date
wouldn't
you and
choose to
not
date
those
me.
guys.
She wouldn't choose to
Yeah.
date me because I wouldn't date her if she had that many bodies. That's the thing. So it's unrealistic.
But that's weird then, because if she did decide to date you, you would be the special person because she chose you out of those guys.
No,
That
she
would be a
wouldn't
good
choose me
thing.
because I wouldn't choose her, so it wouldn't work
I know,
out.
but then you're the one denying it because you have some
Of
insecurity that
course.
you can't. But then that's on you, though.
Yeah, it's on me. Call it what you want, but it still matters to me. So that's why
I,
why
but
the caption is why does body count matter? I told you why it
okay,
matters.
that's why it always boils down to this. You said you wouldn't feel special. That's a form of insecurity, though.
That's fine. Call it insecure if you want. It's just that's just my morals.
Okay,
That's what I see in a
I
relationship. That's what I
well,
want.
I don't think it's morals. I think it's just that you don't like it that she's been with other guys, and potentially you may not live up to whatever they've done or whatever the case might be.
That's not the case. It's that the reason is just because you can't give yourself out to all these people and then make me feel like I'm special to you. If so
Why
many
not?
other guys have probably felt that same way, and then
No,
the next week she was with another dude.
well, no, because no, because in this scenario, she just slept with those people. Very, very casual thing. But in this case, she's trying to be in a
Yeah, see,
relationship
if
with
that's a
you.
very casual thing for you, then it's not going to work out for me. That's not. That's I don't
Uh,
like that. I don't like that, and I think it should be something special, not something very casual. That's just
all
where
right,
we
I got
differ.
to read this. I got to read this memo real quick. Brandon, thank you so much for the. I think it was $1. Thank you so much. It says, "Do you hold the same stance for your platonic friends? Do you judge them for high body counts?"
I if I was a girl and my friend who has a high number of bodies tried to date me and I was a girl, I would say no. I mean, same
No,
thing. I don't
we're
judge them
not
for it,
about
just like I
dating. We're
wouldn't judge a girl for it. Like, I'm not
again
going
a
to judge you
woman, a
for it.
woman. Okay, a woman.
A
But
woman,
but
I wouldn't judge my friend for it just the same way I wouldn't judge a woman for it. It's just I wouldn't date you. I can still become friends. I'm not going to hold anything against you. I'm just saying we're not going to date. It's not going to work out between me and you if
I know,
you like that.
but don't you? But here's the thing, though. Like, if you worked on that insecurity, you could have been in that relationship, and it could have been a good relationship.
Oh, if she were, it's not an insecurity. It's a moral thing. It's like I
You
already
already said
told
you
you
just don't
this.
feel special, but you just said you wouldn't feel special. But if you were able to
You
let
can
go of
call it
that feeling,
insecure. That's fine. But then it also shows a common denominator.
the common denominator meaning what?
The common denominator meaning she gets with a lot of different guys. And if I see her, the common denominator is her getting with a bunch of different guys. What makes me know that she's not going to move on the next week from me? And then
Because
I just
no,
wasted a
okay,
body, which I don't like
uh,
that. I don't want a
I'm gonna.
body that I had that wasn't special to
You're
her or
treating it
me.
like an object. You're treating it like an object. In fact, I'll get to
No,
one
I'm
thing.
not.
I'm going to go through this one last time. In this scenario, the other guys, it was just a one night stand thing. But this time, she's in a relation or wants to be in a relationship with you, dating you. It's a totally different scenario.
Yeah, how do I
You
know
would
she wants to date
you
me?
would be the special person in this case.
How would I know that? But you couldn't
How
trust
do you know?
that. I feel like I'd have a hard time trusting that.
How would you know if someone was? Because when you go on dates, you talk about things. You get to know them, and you know what they want versus what they don't want. That's just a
Yeah, there's some
common part of
players out
dates.
there. And
Okay,
if
so
you're
but
more likely to be a player if you got a lot of bodies, and that's just the truth.
this is just boiling down to, I think, you being young and not understanding. So like for me, right, I'm 33. I'm not like
Well,
old by any means, but like it's very obvious when I'm with someone when it's going to be a casual thing and we're just going to like have sex, and it's very obvious when it's going to be a relationship. Like it's plain as day. They're two
yeah, and then
completely
and
different
then
things.
can I
You
give
should
you a
know
scenario?
very easily. Let's let facts go. Facts, go ahead.
Hey, Doug. How are you, brother?
I'm doing well.
So,
How about you?
okay, honey, how old are you?
21.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. How many partners have you had?
Like girlfriends or bodies?
Sexual partner. No, not bodies, not objects. Sexual partners. How many have you
One,
had?
one, one, and I'm still
Only
with them
one.
to this day. And it's
Okay.
been like a
So,
2-year relationship.
okay. So if I hope that's successful for you. Did you have that question? Did you ask the question to your current
Hmm.
girlfriend as to how many partners she had prior?
Yeah.
So you're each other's first?
Yep.
Do you expect to be with this person the rest of your life?
Yep.
So then what's the issue?
There is no issue because I'm her only body, and she's not doesn't
No,
have
no,
five, six, or seven.
but why does body count then matter if you're planning on being with this person the rest of your life and she's planning on being with you?
What? It doesn't matter in this scenario because she only has one, and it's me.
Look, try to listen to the question. You are saying that body count matters, but yet you're in a relationship and you were each other's first. You're
Yep.
planning on being together from your perspective the rest of your life. So why do you even care?
I don't care. I don't know what to show you. I
But
don't
you
care.
do.
Then why
Obviously
are
you
you up
do.
here?
So why are you here?
I don't care in my scenario, in my relationship, because there's nothing to
Then why
care
do you care
about.
about others?
I'm not dating. I'm saying in a different scenario, I was single and another girl was to come to me with 6, 7, or 8 bodies, then I would care. But I don't care in my scenario because she only has one and it's me.
Okay, so would you marry someone who had 6 or 7 partners?
Okay, and I will say, if she
Wait, honey,
really,
wait. Would you marry somebody who had 6 or 7 partners?
I'm getting to your point. I
How
will
about just answer the
say,
question? Hold on,
It's
bro.
just a yes or
no,
no.
Okay, so
no,
so you wouldn't. Would you expect them to marry you if you had 6 or 7 partners?
no, not necessarily. No, if
Why
that's
is there
if
why is there conditions? Why is there conditions on your perspective but not on hers?
well, because it depends on what she looks for and what's important to her.
Oh, you see the double standard, bro? You did it again.
No, I don't see the double standard because that's me and
Can we
that's my
explain it?
morals.
Can we
And if she
explain it?
had no, let me
Hold
keep
on, honey. I'll
talking.
explain it.
No,
Honey, I'll
stop
explain.
cutting me off. No,
No,
stop
I'm not
cutting me
gonna. No,
off.
I'm not gonna stop. No, I know the
Well,
host.
you guys
Stop,
are
bro. Listen.
cucks.
Oh, we're cucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Do you
What? Wait.
understand
What's
what
a
you just
cuck?
said?
What's a
Yeah,
cuck?
exactly.
What's a cuck?
You guys just say you guys let me ask you a question. Are you guys
No.
in a
What's a cuck?
relationship?
Wait. What's a cuck?
Somebody that sits in the corner of the room and is okay with the girlfriend just going around or having the girlfriend's past just be like straight, people. You got John, you got Jacob, you got Jamal, you
Okay.
got you got
What about?
Danielle, you got
I got you. I got you. I got you. What about what Fax and I are saying ensues that at all?
what?
Exactly.
I don't
Because
know how
you
to say
got
that any
okay. Let,
clearer.
let me ask you a question then. Answer
No,
my
no, no.
question. Are you guys in a
What?
relationship?
I'm just asking. What about what we have said ensues that we're a cuck?
That you guys are just chill with your girlfriend? Like, okay, can you answer this question? Then I'll continue.
Nothing
Are
we
you guys in a
nothing.
relationship?
Hold on. Nothing we said insinuates that at all.
I fear you're not going to answer my question.
Watching somebody that we're with has nothing to do with what we're saying here. They're two different things.
Can you
Bro, it's
answer my
hot as
question?
shit. You should wake up. It's fucking hot as shit, bro. Seriously.
What's your
So
question?
how do you?
Or,
Go
Are you
ahead.
guys in a current relationship with anybody,
I,
boy,
I'm
girl,
not
or
in it.
otherwise?
I'm not in a current
I'm
relationship, no.
telling it, man. Honey, let me
But
ask
I
you.
don't
Let
see
me
what
ask you
this
the
has to
question.
do with it. But
Answer the question, like, because I'm getting
I've
to a
answered it.
scenario.
I answered it.
So wait, when's the last time you've had a girlfriend or a boyfriend? I don't know, whatever you're into.
A
Honey, it's
few weeks
irrelevant.
ago.
We're talking. That's
I,
fine.
4 weeks
Yeah.
ago?
a
Damn.
Let's see
few weeks.
what time is it? 3:34. Oh, like 16 minutes ago. So, honey, here's the point. This
Yeah.
is where
See,
the
you fuck
hypocrisy.
around. You
Bro,
fuck around with
bro.
my questions. I answer yours, so that's the
No,
difference.
you haven't answered the question that I asked you.
I
I'll ask
have.
you again. No, you haven't. I'll ask you again. So the scenario that I gave you, I said, would you sleep with a woman who had 6 or 7 partners And you said
No.
no. And then I said, would you expect her to sleep with you? And you said, not necessarily. Why are there conditions on your body count that they're not on hers? Explain that to me.
Because okay, let me explain it. Because not two, if I had a friend and their view was different than mine and it mattered to them more than me, and they got with a girl that had 6, 7, or 8 bodies, I would not hold anything against them. I would just say,
not
that's you.
girl, woman.
That's you.
He's been doing that the whole life.
I would say that's you. That's you. That's
No,
your
we're talking
character.
about Huddy. We're talking about you.
And if the woman said to me, well, I don't care as much about that as somebody else, I would say, okay,
no, Huddy,
then that's okay. But if she said no, you have 6, 7, or 8 bodies, I don't want to be with you. I would be like, that's
you're the
completely cool.
you're the one that put the conditions on it. I'm not asking about your friend. We're asking about you.
It's a hypothetical.
Why did you say not necessarily when it comes to the amount of partners you've had, and you didn't put that same condition on someone else? Why is that?
Because they might have different views. No, because they might have different views.
No, because
No, because they have No, that's just, I clearly explained it. They might have different views. If they have the same views and they said no, that's not cool. I completely understand that.
Well, wouldn't the answer then have been no instead of not necessarily?
I wouldn't. No. Because if they're the exact same as me, if they have the exact same views as me, the answer would be no. But that's not a guarantee.
Bro, you just don't get it, man.
You're literally. I just answered your question,
so
and you
young.
are. I'm so young. I'm so young. That's what I hear from everybody. You're so young. You're so young. You're just an old fucking idiot.
Why do you put a picture of yourself shirtless in your profile?
That's not me. That's Alex Pereira.
Why would you put even worse? Why would you put the picture of some other strange random dude in the picture?
Random dude. He's not a random dude. He is a professional fighter, and he is double champ.
Why is that picture of your profile?
Because he's my favorite UFC fighter.
Shirtless, so that's you're fine.
UFC
guys,
fighters
60,000 likes,
fight
new guys,
shirtless. Right? UFC fighters fight shirtless. Is that weird? Like, why do you gotta see? That. Get your head out of the gutter. He's shirtless. He's shirtless. Like, okay, they fight shirtless. What's your problem?
It's just a common theme. It's just a common theme.
It's an observation for incels, bro. That's what we've noticed. That all of you you must share your. Are you on like
all of you email? All?
Yeah. Are you guys at a group email every day?
Go back to fucking English class and talk to me.
Oh, okay, I'll put my English degree aside. Sorry. Anyway,
all of you all, you're an idiot. All of you all, I'm ripping that English degree away from your hands, bro.
Why are you going to ad hominem attacks now, man? You don't need
to do that. Because you're a fucking dick. You called me young and said I didn't know anything. No, it pisses me off.
But you are young. That's not an insult. You are young.
I'm young. I'm 21.
Yeah, that's young. Thank you.
That's young, bro.
You say no.
You don't think you're young?
I didn't say that. I just said just because I'm young, it doesn't mean I don't know. Like I'm still. It doesn't mean anything.
You gotta watch that English, bro.
Well, I don't have an English degree like you. I'm in college still.
Oh, so that means you can't learn to speak properly?
Well, I mean, you have a degree and you can't speak properly, so that sucks more for you. Yeah, no, clearly not.
I only do a 4-hour show every day. No big deal.
Holy damn, that's tough.
60,000 likes,
your
guys.
Mom, your grandma, and your aunt?
Huddy, do you understand what we're saying to you? Seriously.
Yeah, no, I don't. I understand what you're saying, but it doesn't it doesn't matter. Like what your point is doesn't matter. What's your point? Sum down your point to me. Like what is your final point? What is your closing statement?
Your hypocrisy is the point.
Okay, how?
He highlighted that numerous times.
How was it?
I'll explain. Last time, please try to listen. I don't want your hypotheticals. I don't want your friends. You said you would not sleep with a woman who has 6 or 7 partners. I asked you the same question. Would you expect that woman to sleep with you if you had the same number? And you said not necessarily. Those are conditions. That makes it, by definition, hypocritical. That's the point.
Can I explain to you why it's not? Because if she held the same moral values as me, it is though.
I don't understand. You're purposely not understanding. I think you do.
I get what you're trying to say, but the reason it doesn't make sense is because the only way it would work out that way is if we held the exact same moral values. If we held the exact same moral values, then no, I would not expect her to. But that's not a guarantee. If it's a woman that doesn't, and the answer is still no. The answer is no both ways. The answer is just no to a different aspect in the hypothetical, because
The
they
fuck are
might
you
hold different
saying?
moral values. Well, it's not that hard to comprehend.
I like Caesar dressing on my word salad, dog. How about you?
I like balsamic vinaigrette
That's good.
personally.
That's good too. I like a good
Okay, well, you
balsamic.
just don't listen to my point. You know I'm right. You know that not everybody's going to hold the
Sure.
same values as
Sure.
me. So that's the reason it's a little bit different.
Say, for example, this relationship.
Hold on. No, hold on. I wouldn't expect any woman to sleep with me one
That's
body or
good.
100 bodies.
That's good.
That's not an expectation. That's not an
ground there.
expectation. That's not an expectation you got to hold.
So let's
You can hope for it, but you can't expect. I expect that woman to sleep with me. That's wrong.
let's pull this out for a second, okay? Say, for
No, hold
example,
on. No. Well,
No,
what kind of a hypothetical
you
is
have
that?
spoken numerous times. Let facts speak.
Yeah, and this guy's fucking dumb.
I understand you don't like him. Let him speak.
So, honey,
Like, I don't mind you, but this guy's literally a fucking idiot.
cool. Thanks. I appreciate that. Thanks. Awesome. I appreciate the love. So, say, for
See, you
example,
can't talk again.
say, for example, this relationship that you're in doesn't work out, honey. Okay, and it's 2 or 3 years down the road, and you're now in your mid-20s. You're getting a little bit older, so you meet somebody. Do you think your standards would change?
You're on mute. You might not even know he's on mute. Unmute yourself, man. Hey guys, we're almost at 60,000 likes. So we'll get to Nick guess at that
Yeah, because I said specifically at the beginning of this live that I probably would change. It's the reason that the body count limit is like 5 to me, 6, like something like that, is because I'm so young, and it's because the women I'd be with are not 40, so they have had less time to be active in the.
Say, for example, you started to get to know someone, and the conversation regarding body count never came up, and you fell in love with this person, and you found out that they had been with. You're 25, 28 years old, whatever the number is, and you found out that they had been with 10 different men. Would that change your opinion of her?
This is just an unrealistic scenario, though.
No, you've been giving
For
us
me.
hypotheticals all day, man.
Yeah, but this hypothetical isn't realistic.
It's very
How is it
realistic.
not realistic? How is it not
very,
realistic?
Because
You're
I
not gonna
wouldn't
get older?
fall in love with somebody without knowing that.
But how do you know, man? Have you ever been
How
in
do
love?
I know? Yeah.
Then how would you know? You don't believe in love at first sight?
Wait,
no, I don't.
You have to know their body count to be in love with them?
Yeah.
Oh
What the
my
fuck?
God, dude, that is the most shallowest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
Jesus Christ. All
I
right,
don't
man.
see how that's crazy.
We hit 60,000. That's
Yeah, well, keep dodging.
That's
Keep
that's
ducking.
a bad point to end on. Jesus.
Wow, that's pretty wild. How's it going, Doug?
I'm doing well. Jesus. I expect these conversations when I do this topic, but it still never fails to surprise me.
Were we that stupid when we were 20?
You know what? Like I like to think but maybe I was. I don't know. I probably. I don't know. What? Yeah. Well, yeah. Why would I be any different?
I could drop if you need me to anytime, bro.
Yeah. No. If you want to hang out here, that's good. That's fine.
Let's talk another one.
If you, no, it's great. If you guys are enjoying the live, make sure you click the follow button on the top left. Make sure you send in a heart me, give facts to follow, show them a little bit of support if you can. I have the gift goal, and I also have pay links in the bio. And if you guys want to help support, it's not needed. It is appreciated though. And if you're watching on the tube, make sure you subscribe and like the live. All right, guys, we're looking just for opposition. Only people think body count matters. KGB, hello.
Hello.
Hey, how old are you?
I'm 20.
20? Okay, sounds good. And do you think body count matters?
I think it does matter, like sometimes, but also doesn't. So I don't necessarily like understand the full point you guys are trying to get at.
Oh, well,
because
in which case
someone
does it
that's
matter?
trying to get into a relationship, and I feel like it matters for someone that values their like what sex is, and all depends on like I think it shows like how they value like a sex is something like so sacred and like you know.
I'm asking for you. Does it matter?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so why does body count matter for you?
Because if I was going to get into a relationship, I just said like if they have a high body count, then I feel like they don't value what sex is as much as me.
What's a body?
What about
what do you define as a?
Yeah,
a body.
What do you define?
Sex with someone?
Like just like intercourse, like P and V.
Yeah, it can be a relationship or not. Yeah, a body.
Okay. I just want to define what it is though, because what about oral? Is that a body?
Yeah, I would consider that a body, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know
What about hand stuff?
I feel like any sexual thing with someone, putting anything in someone, I think is pretty like anything sexual with two people, I think is counting as a body. Besides, obviously, like I'd say kissing.
Well, kissing can be very sexual.
Yeah, it can be, but I think. Well, so are you going to count the 10-year-olds back in elementary school kissing like that's a body?
Well, I'm
So
not the one who's talking about body. I'm not the one who cares about body count. So I'm asking you because if it's something that matters, I just
that's
want
my
to define
definition
it.
on what a body is. I'm just saying I don't think a kiss would be like because you can do so anything. I feel like anyone would know what an actual body is. Like it's not hard to think of like I don't know why you're trying to get like a perfect description. I mean it's pretty obvious what a body
Well,
is.
we're asking you though.
Yeah,
I don't think it
I said
is.
it's like about anything sexual with someone, putting in anything like besides like the old school, like just giving a kiss on the cheek and kissing, like
So you have to put something in something for it to be a body.
Well, I think if it's sexual and the intent is doing something sexual with someone, that's a body.
But you can have the
like a massive
Yeah,
makeout session.
So what is this?
Like a massive makeout.
Where is
No,
this
because
going?
it's important for context. A massive makeout session while watching a movie, as long as clothes are on, that's not a body.
No. Having sex is a body, that's what I was saying.
Okay, anything sexual.
All right.
No, not
The reason
sexual.
why
Sexual could be making out. Yeah, like a sexual, like sex. Like sex is a body.
the reason why I'm asking because it seems to be very subjective because it's just how do we define what a body is? If it's something that you care about, how does somebody meet those standards? That's all I'm trying to ask.
Wait, what?
How does somebody meet like the definition of having a body, right? If we can't necessarily define it objectively.
Well, I think it's more like the intent, and if someone's going around and they value it as like someone going around having fun, like it's just a fun thing to do, then I think that's just like shows how much they value what a body is. Like they know, like they have a body count in their head. They know how many bodies they have, and I feel like it just shows like how much they value like what sex is.
Do you think humans can have sex for pleasure?
Of course, like the people. Are you talking about like? Just people going around having like for fun and not trying to get in a relationship.
Yeah,
people can do that. I think it's just become so normalized that can be a fun thing. To me, it's just crazy that it's normalized for it to be like, I don't know. I feel like people don't value sex enough.
Wait, hold on a second. You're saying it's crazy to think that people can have sex for fun?
Yeah, because I think that's just not valuing sex. I think you should only have sex with the intent of getting to like know that person in a relationship. I think having a short term and that's what it comes down to.
Are you Christian?
No.
Okay. And you're 21?
I'm 20.
You're 20.
Yeah.
But it sounds like if somebody actually does have sex often, they do value it. That's why they're doing it often.
Yeah, but why do they value it? They don't value it for the same reasons as I do, and I just feel like that's why it would matter. I feel like it's always going to come down to like people are just going to see why it matters or why it doesn't based on like how they view sex and how like valued it is. I feel like for someone that's trying to get into a relationship, they value it more than just as something for fun. And I guess we got to come to like, okay, it's okay to have fun. Like I'm all right with people doing that when they want to have fun with it, but that's just not what I want, and that's why it matters.
Can your values and intentions change over time?
I believe anyone would, but not me. I feel like anyone would change whatever. And the last guy was kind of right about the age thing. I mean, it also, you have to take into fact, like if someone's older and they have, you should.
Wait, you're saying your values can't change over time?
I said they could, not mine.
Okay. So, well, you don't know that. You don't know that.
No, like,
but what I'm saying is, couldn't somebody at the age of 20 to the age of say like 23 just maybe not want to be in a relationship, not be ready for a relationship, whatever the case might be. And then 23, they get a little more mature, they gain some life experience, and they do want to be in a relationship. That is something that could happen, right?
Yeah, that's when they want to get in a relationship.
Yeah, just because they just are in a different part of their life, they just value it more. It's something that they feel they're ready for.
Yeah.
So why would you? So if you met that person, why would their past be held against them if right now they're ready for something serious and they can handle something serious?
Well, the scenarios are weird because if you have to factor in how old they are. Okay, so I'm 23 and I'm meeting her. So like,
Sure.
So do you want to give me like a scenario of like how many bodies or something? Because I feel like it really matters. Because I don't know if she was within the
What?
same year as she's had sex with two different people, and then all of a sudden she's wanting to like start a real relationship. I think that does matter, and that shows like their character. I feel like that does really matter. I don't think they can change themselves that fast, and all of a sudden they just want to get in a long-term relationship, and they were having fun doing sex stuff within the last year, but then all of a sudden they want to start a relationship, and I'm supposed to just believe that and not it doesn't matter.
You're telling me over a year or even 2 years, somebody can't change what they want and can't change drastically?
Well, I didn't say that they can't, but I'm saying how often is that happening? And you're never going to get down to like a solid answer.
At the age of 20, people change a lot year to year in their 20s for sure. Like 20 to 21, you may be a lot more mature. 21 20, like you can change a lot. You gain a lot of life experience at that age. Things can change drastically.
Like, personal, like, are you bringing up people like to ask if they're like, why does it matter to them specifically, or why should it matter like for majority? Because I mean, personally, I could just say it's just.
I think we're trying to find consistency, KGB. That I think that's, to me, I'm not going to speak for Doug, but that's what it is for me. So you're 23. How many partners have you had?
Well, I'm 20.
You're 20. Okay.
I just wanted to like come up here and learn, and also just give my view on it.
Yeah. How many partners have you had?
Whew.
How many?
I've had one.
Okay. And are you in a relationship with that person?
No, I'm not.
So you had sex for fun?
No, I didn't have sex.
You didn't have sex?
Nope.
I just asked you how many partners you had. You said one.
Yeah, well, like boyfriend, girlfriend. Like it was in high school. It wasn't.
Okay, so you've never had sex?
No, I've not. I thought we were gonna. I was eventually gonna get to that because like I feel like not everyone. I can't expect everyone to like have that same whatever. But I value it so much. I think I would never want to have sex unless I know I'm gonna stay in a relationship with that person for a long time. So like the people going around in high school, like it happens a lot in high school, a lot of fun for like, sex fun and all that. And I just never understand why have sex when it's just most likely going to end after high school. So
I respect that. That's a personal choice that you're making. I guess the question I would ask is, so we'll just use the term, you're pure, a virgin. Are you saying that you only want to have a relationship with someone else who is also a virgin?
No, that's why you got to take into fact how many, like, I want it, like, if they had a body, like a certain amount of bodies, it all depends how much and what age.
Why?
Because it matters, like, in the time span of, like, you think they're just going to change in a split, like, within a year. I don't get how people think they can fully change in a year, like, on.
Nobody said a year, but nobody said a year.
I'm saying a year. I'm saying, like, because you could you think, like, 6 months, 3 months, and like you would still think they could change. I just don't understand that.
I don't think anybody made that claim. I guess we're trying to understand something. So you're saying that the person that you might choose to be with doesn't necessarily have to be a virgin?
No, they don't have to.
Okay, so where's the number though? 3, 5 is too many?
Well, it depends their age.
Why?
Because so if they're 18 and they have a high amount, that tells a lot of what's happened and how long. And I mean,
well, 18 is barely an adult, so let's not use 18. Let's talk about somebody at least your age, okay? Let's say they're 20, 21, and they maybe have had 2 or 3 partners, sexual partners, okay?
Yeah.
That's too many for you?
No.
Okay. Wait.
I feel like
hang on a second.
Down to like someone arguing of like how much. It's always going to come down to just the personal opinion of like what is too much. And
you made that call though. But you made that call. You said it.
Yeah,
you said it's a number.
Personally, why does it matter? And I just feel like it.
Okay,
it
so if you're 25 and you still haven't had a sexual partner, which means that years have passed, and you fall in love with somebody. Do you believe in love at first sight?
Not necessarily. I do feel like falling for someone, not deeply in love, but like falling for someone to an extent.
Okay, and you found out through more intimate conversations that this person also at 25 has had 7 partners. Is that going to change your opinion of them?
At 25?
Yeah.
I feel like it all depends on how that conversation goes and how that day goes and learning about them, because you don't know how truthful people are. You can't just.
That's not the question. Listen to the question. Okay, listen to the question. Hey, you're 25. You've fallen for this person. You've not had the conversation about sex. This is what I'm painting for you is real life. You've not had the conversation about sex. You have fallen for this.
Hypothetical is like me already.
Well, hang on a second. Hang on. You've fallen for this person. You like the same music. You like the same art. You have the same hobbies. You both are silly personalities. You really hit it off, and you have fallen for this person. And then you find out through conversations that perhaps you're still a virgin, and this woman has had, or man, or whatever, has had 7 partners. Does that change your opinion of them?
It would, but it wouldn't, because you have to.
Bro, you can't say it would, but it wouldn't. Would it change?
Because you have to understand, like in that hypothetical, when I find out, I'm gonna like ask, and I'm gonna like be curious on like when and why, and I'm gonna figure out the hype and won'ts.
You fell for this person. Why? You care about them. You might be in love with them. Why would it matter?
So if they were, why would it matter? Because I'm figuring out like when it happened. Like it won't matter. Like a brief, like I'm gonna like it's gonna feel like something dropped in my gut when I hear that. But then I'm gonna try to figure out how long ago it was until that. Like, what if it was like a couple months ago?
If it was before you guys met, why would it matter?
What do you mean? Why it would matter?
If it was before you met, she doesn't know you at that point. Why would it matter?
Exactly.
Because that shows like her value and like how she like sees relationships and how she sees like bodies. Like if she's moving on that fast, like, why would I want to get into a relationship with someone that like would do that?
But you're already in love with her. You guys already have a serious thing going on.
So
clearly she values
you're supposed to tell me
what
like
you
it's
have.
hypothetical that I'm guaranteed already fell in love, and like she already guaranteed fell in. I'm supposed to know that she 100% fell in love with me. That's just like a bad hypothetical. I don't know.
That's not. That's real life, bro.
That's real life. Knowing that person guaranteed fell in love with me within the first day of meeting them, I don't know if I like.
Nobody said the first day, man. Stop changing the parameters.
I'm not.
You have fallen for this person. Like, what was the scenario I gave you? You find out that you had the same
level.
How
long? You just said I fell in love with this person. Like, how am I supposed to know?
Yeah,
how
because
long I with them?
Well, I asked you if you believed in love at first sight,
and I said I don't.
Okay, so then obviously, then you would not. Then it would take time for you to fall in love with this person, right? You realize you have a lot of the same interests. You're talking, you're texting. Maybe you met on a dating app.
But then what do you mean? But then when you find out about the body count?
KGB, deep breath. As you've gotten to know each other, you start to talk more. You're still falling in love with her. You realize this is somebody I'd like to have a relationship with. Right. Then the conversation comes up. She finds out that you've not had any partners, but you find out that she's had 7. You're telling me that all the feelings you had for her that were centered around love, now those don't matter because you found out she had 7 partners?
So you're telling me I'm finding out she has 7 partners not the first day of meeting her and like of going on a date? Like I don't get.
Bro, you fell in love. You listen.
What is the hypothetical? I'm falling in love the first day.
KGB, listen, bro. Listen again to the words. Listen, you said you don't believe in love at first sight. Okay? So therefore, you've gotten to know each other over a period of time, couple of weeks, couple of months. Through these conversations with her, you realize that you have fallen in love with this person, and she has said the same thing to you. As your relationship grows, you find out through more intimate types of questions that she's been with 7 partners. Does that then change your love for her?
It wouldn't. I get that, but I'm just trying to get my word in, saying like I would figure out first day. Like I don't understand. I get what you're saying, and it wouldn't, because if you figure out bodies, they don't matter to a point, but they matter like they do. They do and they don't. It's always going to be a do and they don't. It's situational. So if you're going to bring that perfect hypothetical of you already guarantee falling in love, and you won't take away that love part, I can't even get a word in saying like whatever. So yeah, of course you're not gonna like care then if you're so deeply fucking in love like some movie shit. Well, that's just different. But I'm saying I wouldn't even let it get to that point. If you're not finding out first day, like that's such a.
How would you find out first date? And guys, I know I said 80,000 likes in the comments. I'm going to change it to 75 because I think 80 is going to take too long. So 75,000 likes, new guess. Why would you find out on the first date?
Well, very soon. I'm just saying, you're not.
Would you directly ask? Would you directly ask? Would you directly ask?
I think if I'm getting to know that person, it'll come out eventually in our conversation within the first, first couple times of talking to each other, especially if its intentions are a relationship. I feel like it would just come out naturally. And I would never fall in love with someone without knowing that. So that's why the hypothetical, I just don't understand it. It's just like,
how could you possibly say that you would never fall in love with a person? So you put conditions on this, man. We're generally trying to help you with this. Seriously. Seriously, I've got 2 boys your age, and I've got a 19-year-old daughter, and this is just a fascinating conversation to me, because you can't deny love. You never know when you're going to fall in love with someone.
Oh, at 25, by the way, sorry, at 25 that could be different, but I'm saying, around now, there's no reason I'm gonna hold myself to a certain standard and not allow myself to not allow that, or like I don't want to get into a relationship with someone that blah blah blah. That's just how I feel. I just don't know why I'm not allowed to say that.
What's blah blah blah?
Huh?
What's blah blah blah?
Wait, when did I say that? I'm sorry.
You just said
blah blah blah.
You literally just said it.
Yeah, but like when, like before that, like what did I say before that?
I don't know. You said blah blah blah.
Well, okay, well then I don't know. However, I don't know. But I'm saying I
guys
just
keep tapping 75,000 likes, new guests.
I could not see myself getting in a relationship with someone that has a certain amount of bodies at my age, and I just don't know why I'm not allowed to say that.
It's not that you're not allowed to. We're all we're doing is trying to kind of point this out, because you said, when I asked you the question, and I appreciate you answering honestly, you said that if you fell in love with somebody and then found out that they'd been with 7 partners, it wouldn't matter to you. So then, therefore, body count does. Wait, KGB.
In that hypothetical true.
Wait. Then ultimately, because of that, body count does not matter to you.
If I'm a person that will fall in love before finding out about body count, and if I'm that type of person, then yeah, it would not matter. But that's why I'm saying I'm just not that kind of person. And that's
why do you have to know the body count to fall in love? Why?
Well, I'm saying it would naturally come out before even falling in love. It's not like I'm not trying to fall in love before finding out. I'm not stopping anything. But I would never fall in love with someone that fast. That's just crazy.
There's only been one time it's been asked to me. I'm 33 and I've dated many people, whatever. Only one time it was asked to me.
Yeah, I'm not. I already said it wouldn't be asked. I feel like that comes out naturally if you're already having deep conversations with the person.
Well, it was in the situation after sex or whatever. But like that was only one time. But it's never been asked otherwise.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect even it to be asked. I just think it comes out naturally. That's a natural thing, like people talk about when they talk a lot.
Really?
I've never naturally asked it. I've never naturally asked it.
I'm a little bit older than both of you. In fact, I'm older than both of you combined.
That could be Nugent. So I swear that's like the most common. Like people talk, like they talk and they tell you open up. Like I don't know. I feel like that comes out naturally, and like I would find out before even considering falling in love. Like even before liking them, I feel like that would come out. Friends would even like I don't.
Do you put it on your dating profile?
I don't have a dating profile. What do you mean?
So then how would you, so how does that work then? Can you take us through a scenario, please? I'm really curious. I'm fascinated now.
Of like how it naturally comes out?
Yeah, so you meet
somebody. Yeah, you meet somebody, you start talking, say you start texting on whatever. Whatever conversations you guys get into, you guys could be talking for hours, and then they do that again a day and another day or two, and like it's gonna come out. I don't know.
Are you gonna say how many bodies have you had in a text?
I don't think you're trying to get to a specific of like. I think it just naturally comes out. I don't know
how though.
You're trying to get like how am I supposed to say how it comes out naturally? Because it doesn't come out the same way for everyone. It'll be different.
But you would have to ask it. And guys, I know we had 75,000 likes, so we're going to move on in a second. But like, it would have to be asked. Like, what do you mean by naturally? Like, it would have to be asked for you to know.
When people start talking about exes, and when they start talking about when the conversation shifts to something in that sort of context, I feel like it. Yeah. It could be asked, yes. That it also could be asked, but it also sometimes comes out naturally, and
I don't know what you mean by naturally, though. Yes, it's often that we talk about exes in previous relationships. Hold on, I'm just saying. What I'm saying is, yes, it's common to talk about previous relationships. I think that's natural, but I've never had, again, only one time where it's been asked the body count. I've never asked it. We talk about relationships, but not how many people you've been with, because that's not relevant.
I'm not trying to be a smartass, but like. What kind of pizza do you like? What's your favorite movie? How many dudes have you fucked? Like, wait, how is it? I'm trying to understand because you keep saying naturally. How does it
because you're acting like that comes out of like 5-minute conversation. I'm talking about 8-hour like talking to someone and talking like you're spending a whole day talking to them. Like that comes out within the first like I don't know.
All right, let me see if this guesses opposition. Steven, are you opposition? Do you think body count matters?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
KGB, I'll get to you 1 second, Stephen. KGB, I do appreciate the conversation. I'm going to go ahead and bring you down, though, okay?
Thank you.
All right, take care. Take care.
Good luck.
All right, guys, just a heads up. I have to be done in about 45 minutes. Just to give everybody a heads up, if you're enjoying the live, click the follow button on the top left. Make sure you guys send in a heart me, give Facts a follow. Show them a little bit of support if you can. My backup account's down there as well. Pay links are in the bio. It's not needed, but appreciated. And if you're on the tube, make sure you subscribe and like the live. Steven, how old are you?
37.
All right, and you think body count matters. Why is that?
Yeah, I think it matters probably for a smaller amount of people, not the majority. But I think there's a minority of people that when they get in that extreme high body count, they start to have negative mental health impact from it.
Well, hold on. Does it matter to you, body count? Like you specifically? Like if you're dating someone, is that like an important variable?
Yeah, if it's on an extreme end.
Okay. What do you mean by extreme?
I don't know. Do you want to put an age and a number together? Like,
well, you said you're
like
30.
That's what people have been doing.
Yeah, you said you're 30 what, 36, 37? How old?
Yeah, 37. I mean, I think the context gets blurry as you get older because of marriage and stuff like that. But,
yeah. Well,
so let's say a single person my age, if they told me 50, I don't think I'd bat an eye at it.
Okay, so that would be okay.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think, you know, having sex with people is normal, you know?
So what about 75?
I think 75 would still be pretty reasonable.
Okay, so what number would... Well, sounds like
so,
it, yeah.
I mean, I guess, you know, if you were to say like, oh yeah, I'm 37 and my you know, my body count is 500, 600, something like that, I'd be like, oh, it sounds like you might have some other stuff. I would say there's the potential there that person has some mental issues going on, and it would make me hesitant to want to be with them.
What sort of mental issues would they have?
Like negative self-esteem, you know, lack of like emotional connection with other people, stuff like that. I would say that I experienced that from like a high degree of sexual activity when I was younger. Like I would say that I valued people less. I saw them as objects. Like, so I'm saying from my experience, you know, it was negative to have so many partners so young.
But why is that applicable to everybody else though?
I don't think it's applicable to everybody, but I think that it's applicable to some people.
Are you married?
Yes.
You go.
You're married?
Yes.
Are you still married?
Yeah.
The same person?
Yes.
How old were you when you got married?
26.
How old was your partner?
Same.
Did you have the conversation about body count prior to getting married?
No.
So it doesn't matter to you?
I mean, I think you could argue that, and you know, there's only a certain amount of time everybody has, so you know, there's only a certain number it could be.
Right, but it doesn't matter. I mean, ultimately, because you kept 50, 75 at 37 years. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Are you just trying to play contrarian? Because it doesn't sound like it really matters to you at all.
No, I'm saying that I'm the one that it mattered for myself. Like I'm not devaluing the other person for it. I'm saying that it devalued me having a high body count.
Well, how did it devalue you? Just because you had just because maybe you had some depression, anxiety, whatever associated with it, or you tried covering that up? Why does that devalue you?
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. And it's like, you know, if you're going into a partnership with somebody like that, you should be bringing your whole self.
No, I agree. What I'm trying to say is like I will also admit that like I have at times you know, have had sex with people, you know, to sort of like feel better about myself, or because I was in a bad spot in life and it just made me feel better temporarily, right? But I wouldn't say it devalued me, right? Just because maybe I was dealing with stuff at the time and you know, I participated in that just to feel better. I don't think that would devalue me by any means.
Yeah, I
Does that make sense?
Do you think it gave you? Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, I think it gave me I think I was thinking of other people as less human from that, like, increased like sexual partnerships, like, just less connected, stuff like that. And I just don't think for some people, again, some people, it's just not a good spot to put yourself in.
Yeah, again, but like I don't think it's fair to say like our value is less because of it, right? I'm not going to speak for you, but like I don't think that would be healthy for me to say like, oh shit, I have less value now because I did something to try to make myself feel better, or whatever the case might be. Like I think there's probably better ways I can talk to myself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I hear that. I
Yeah.
think about it more in the watered down context of those old like high school like motivational speakers, like save yourself for your husband, like this type of thing they used to do. And
Yeah.
you know, I would have preferred to not been emotionally disconnected like that and not have had those struggles in a relationship with someone else.
Sure, but I think maybe those things like could be helpful for you to learn from it and grow from it. Like I think those experiences can be good, right? Like we all have bad experiences in life, things that we can grow from, and I think we can use those examples to grow, if anything.
Can I
Yeah,
ask you a
that's a good
different
point.
question? I want to ask you a different question. Do you believe in age-appropriate sex ed for children?
Yeah.
Okay, starting as young as preschool.
I wouldn't consider that age appropriate.
Well, that's what age-appropriate would mean. Age-appropriate. Proper name for body parts, for example.
Okay, sure.
And then you work your way through as they get older. Again, age-appropriate. What
Yeah, it
what
makes sense.
what good touch is, bad touch is. Then you work through consent, right?
Sure.
Right. So you would support that?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable to me in the way I'm understanding it.
Okay. Again, age appropriate, right? We're talking about age appropriate. The reason I ask is I think because, and I'm not accusing you of this, but this conversation reminds me that there is this purity that's connected to a lot of people, I think, when it comes to body count. Like, for example, do you believe morals are objective or subjective?
Both. I mean, I'm not
They
quite.
can't
I
really,
wasn't quite ready to answer that.
they can't really be both. Like, where do you get your morals from? Better asked. Where do you get your morals from?
I think some were intrinsic, and some were developed over time.
You don't believe that you get from your faith, for example. You don't believe that you get your morals from your faith.
I don't know if you had spoken the interim. I was getting a spam call.
No, I was asking, like, many people say that morals are objective, and you get your morals from. Well, Christians would say you get them from God. You get them from your faith. Do you believe that?
Some of them, sure.
So, if you don't believe in God, does that mean you're immoral?
No, I don't think so.
So then, isn't it then safe to say that we don't get our morals from God?
I don't know, and I don't really understand the connection here to the other topic, to be honest.
It's related though, because oftentimes this conversation is about this moral high bar, and we often hear from young men, a lot younger than you, that we heard it today. It's immoral. They don't value themselves. It's immoral. So you think sex out of marriage is immoral?
No.
Okay, many people do. I don't think you care about body count. I really don't think you care.
I would agree. It sounds like you don't.
I do. I think that I see an issue that is just totally glazed over, and maybe I'm talking about a really small percentage of people, but is it not important for people to have a negative outcome?
What's the negative outcome?
Just starting to repeat myself, like, poor self-image, negative connection with other people, emotional distress. I mean,
Did that happen for you? Is that your lived experience?
Tangible.
Well, is that
I would say it is my lived experience.
Okay. It may not be other people's though, right?
I would say it's not the majority of people's, but
yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
To say that it's no one else's, I think would be kind of obscure.
No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was.
No one said that. Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, it's your lived experience. I really don't think you care about body count. I think maybe you may have had some bad experiences, and you might have decided that there's causing some correlation because I think you self-admittedly said that you had a lot of partners when you were younger, and perhaps you didn't value yourself or you didn't really like your self-image at the time. I just don't think you care about body count.
All right, concede to disagree, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's based on what you said though, or based on what you've been saying.
So let me try to articulate this in a good way. It's like, okay, body count doesn't matter. So you go ahead with that thought process, and then
Yeah.
you have a negative outcome like what I experienced.
Okay.
Are you truly consenting to that behavior when you're getting this just push of, oh, this is fine, this is healthy, there's never going to be any repercussions of that, because that's the majority, is that most people aren't disaffected like this. You know, and there's so much of life that you can't know the full extent of until you experience it. So that would make that definition of consent really muddy in a lot of ways for a lot of things. But, you know, to just argue that it's arbitrary and it doesn't matter at all because it's for the majority of people is wrong.
Nobody said that. You just shared your lived experience. That's all. And so when we're acknowledging that, we're acknowledging your lived experience.
And
Yeah.
I don't even think your lived experience is bad though. Once again, like I don't like I think you're putting a negative connotation upon it just because you had some negative feelings at that time, right? Like that's totally normal in life to have that, for people to have, you know, low times in their life in terms of like feeling depressed or
Oh,
anxious about
absolutely.
things or whatever the case might be. Like that's pretty normal. I don't think it's a bad thing by any means.
And I don't think that I got the worst of it of like anybody ever by any stretch like that. I think I
Mhm.
see lots of people where they have what I'm talking about way worse, and now they're not able to have successful romantic relationships. They're not able to build that family. They don't have happiness anymore. They have poor self-esteem, like permanently.
Yeah, but I think people can have those things without having a high body count. Like there's people who may not
Yes.
have the tools for a proper relationship, and they have two body counts or 200 or anything in between.
Or
Like
yeah,
I think
or
that's
zero,
irrespective of one's
or
body.
yeah,
Sure, yeah. Like I think
yeah,
people can have that irrespective of body count.
Yeah,
yeah. I
mitigating
just think it's
factors, outside factors, right?
yeah. I just think that, you know, there's a certain number of people where that could really catapult them into that category.
Sure, but that wouldn't mean that body count inherently matters. You know, like you know, potentially for that person, but like not in of itself that it matters.
So I mean, I appreciate your lived experience, and I think you rightly stated that it's probably the minority view. I'm not an expert in that field, obviously. I wouldn't know, but I appreciate you speaking your own lived experience. At the end of the day, I don't think you really care about body count, based on what you said. I'm only forming my opinion based on what you've told us.
Yeah, I mean, all right.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to a new guest then. All right. But hey, Stephen, I do appreciate the conversation, though. Okay.
Yeah, thanks, fellas. Keep it up.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Stephen.
Take care. Have a good rest of your day.
Appreciate that.
All right. Hey, it was a good civil conversation.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. See that, people in the request box? We can have good conversations. You just have to be civil, be respectful. It's not that difficult.
Because
Keep tapping and sharing.
Dougie's
What's
the
that?
bestest boy. Because Dougie's the bestest boy. That's why we can have good conversations.
Hopefully, we can keep it up. Aaron, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. How old are you?
33.
Okay. Your background noise is a little loud. Sounds like you're driving.
No, I'm not driving.
Are
I
you
just
driving?
finished my route today. I'm just sitting here.
Okay.
Okay.
How old did you say you were?
33.
33. Okay. And you think body count matters?
Yeah, to a point. Well, when you ask that, are you asking in general, everyone should care about body count, or me
I'm asking, like,
specifically?
yeah, for you personally, does it matter?
Yeah, to a point it does.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Um, I think sex should be a big deal.
Okay,
I don't think it should be something that's just tossed around with anyone.
okay,
For me, um, I don't want everyone to know what I look like naked, I guess. I don't want, you know, tons of women to know what it's like to, you know, be with me naked in bed or
okay,
wherever. I think it's a big deal. And for me, I'd rather, experience that with someone that, you know, I feel a deep connection with. And I feel like, for that, you know, that's going to cause me not to have a whole bunch of body counts because, I'm not going to go out trying to find connections with a bunch of different women. It's going to
okay.
be like, if I go date someone, I'm going to look to uh, date this person for, the long run.
Okay, so
And so
I
it's
I
like, I'm going to want
I
to have
get
sex with that person.
yeah, I get what you're saying. So what's the problem? You said you don't want them to see you. You don't want many women to see you naked. You said, right?
Yeah,
What's
like
the issue? What's the issue
I
with
don't,
that?
because I wouldn't want to just walk around naked,
What,
in
I'm
town.
no wait. No one said anything about you walking around naked in town.
Yeah,
Town?
That
yeah.
what we never mentioned that. What are you talking about?
Well, you just said, why would I not want a bunch of women to see me naked?
Yeah, in the bedroom when you have sex or whatever you have sex in private.
Because I feel like that's not any different than walking around like in a store naked. Because if I
What?
have say
What?
if I
What?
what do you mean?
Uh, you're telling me
That would be that'd be illegal, bro. That'd be like
you're telling
illegal.
you're telling me
No,
having sex in the bedroom is the same thing as walking around in a store naked?
no, I'm not saying that at all.
Okay, what are you? Maybe I misheard you. What are you saying?
So where I live, there's a population of 7,000 people.
Okay,
If say there's a Walmart where I live. Say there's 200 people in the Walmart,
okay.
and say I slept with 500 people of the 700 people in this town. There's a
You
good
said there's
chance
7,000.
there.
Wait, I thought you said there's 7,000 people.
Yeah, say if I slept with 500 people of the 7,000 people in town.
Okay,
There's a good like say like I walk into the store and 30 people that are in the store have seen me naked,
okay,
have had sex with me. So
sure.
it's like, obviously, not every person in the store is going to be, has seen me naked, but I'm going to feel like that person has seen me naked. All these
Okay.
30 people have seen me naked. And I don't want to feel that way. I wouldn't want to
Well,
feel that way.
okay, you did use a pretty extreme example of 500 people, but sure, let's roll with it. Why would that matter if they've seen you naked in the past?
Because now they've seen me naked.
Or, yeah, why is that a problem?
Because I don't want that to be a thing. I would rather have the person that I love and want to spend the rest of my life with to see me naked, not someone I don't love.
Aaron, as Erica just pointed out in the chat, though, they've seen you naked too, though.
What was that?
They've seen you naked too, and you've seen them naked.
Who?
The people in the Walmart.
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly confused. I'm sorry, I'm confused. It seems like it's more about like intimacy and connection for you than it is about the physical act of sex body count. Would that track?
Yeah, because for me, it's like I said, I think sex should be a big deal, and in order for me to want to have sex, for me, I'd want that connection if I'm gonna have sex with someone, and I feel like I'm not gonna go out and make that connection with a bunch of random people just to have sex.
Okay, so it's not body count; it's about connection.
Yeah, and yes, in a way, I guess if I was to meet a girl that had sex with 80 different women, I mean women, men, I feel like there's no way. I would assume. I guess that's wrong for me to assume, but I'm just gonna assume that she wasn't sleeping with all these guys for. Well, I guess I don't know. Maybe she would. I don't know.
What? What? What's happening here?
I don't think I understand. Let me ask a different question, Aaron. How old are you again?
33.
33. If you don't
Yeah.
mind, how many sexual partners have you had in your life?
Uh, it's definitely like 8 or 9.
Okay, so at 33, and you met someone who is the same age as you, and they also had 8 or 9 sexual partners, would that be okay with you?
Yeah, that'd be fine. Because that'd be
Then you don't
reasonable.
care about body count.
Huh?
You don't care about body count. You care more about, or you desire more to have intimacy and connection.
Yeah, and I feel like a person with a really high body count, probably more than likely isn't seeking that, or wasn't seeking that throughout their life. And I would kind of be worrisome of them like going back to that.
How do you know that they don't value connection though?
I'll just assume that just because that's how I do it. That's how I would do it. Like if
But
I'm trying to, like I said, if I have 8 or 9,
okay.
I slept with like 8 or 9 people in
Mm-hmm.
my 33 years living.
Mm-hmm.
That's to me, that's like okay, well, that's 8 or 9 different relationships that have failed.
Well,
But
how do we know that they're relationships? Like if we're
for
talking
me,
about somebody else. No. Well, if we're talking about somebody else, how do you know that all of the quote unquote buddies are relationships?
I would. Well, are you saying if I like found out early?
No, what I'm
Because
saying
like,
is like somebody has a body count of 9. That doesn't mean that they've been in 9 relationships. They could have been in say 3, right? And 6 of
yeah,
them could
that's
have been one night stands or very casual things, whatever.
mhm. Yeah, and that's what I wouldn't like. That's what I wouldn't want.
But
I'd want a partner that has, only had sex with people they're trying to have connection with.
but if they want to have a connection with you, regardless of how many people they've been with and why they've been with them, why would it matter?
Because I feel like if someone had sex 80 times, I
Well, I'm
would
not. Let's
doubt.
not use 80. Let's not use an extreme. Let's just say
Is 80
25.
extreme for you?
Well, it sounds like for you. It sounds like it is. It sounds like you're using an extreme example to prove your point. Let's just say like 25 or whatever.
Well, since I have an issue, since I think body count matters, I'll give out a number that starts mattering to me, and it would be like 30.
Okay.
30, yeah, 35, I'd say. That's when
Okay.
I'd start
35.
caring.
Okay. 35.
No,
So
yeah.
So it's the same question did you hear the conversation we had with the previous guest, Aaron?
What do you say?
Okay, have you ever been in love?
Yeah, I'd say I'm in love now.
Okay, great. So when you fell in love with your current partner, did you ever
Yeah.
have a conversation about how many partners they had?
No, we've never actually asked exact numbers, no.
Okay, what
But
if you found out tomorrow that she's been with or he's been with 75 people?
if she's been with 75 people,
Would that mean you'd
eh,
love her less?
I couldn't tell you if it'd make me love her less. I would care, but I would
Wow.
work through it. I would
But you're
work
in love
through
with
it.
her. But
Well,
you're
I'd
in
work
love with her.
through it. I don't care. I'd work through it though. That's what really matters.
But you're in love with her.
You can't control your feelings, buddy.
what
You can control what you do, which would be me working through it with her.
You
what
can't
is it
control
you're
your
working?
feelings.
What
Yeah,
is
you
it you're
can't control
working
your
through?
feelings. I would work through I'd work through the reasons why I'd care about her having sex with 75 men.
And what would be the issue with it? Like, what is it you're specifically working through about that? Like, what about that, I guess, would bother you?
Like I said, I think sex is a big deal. I think
But
what?
but
Were
you
you gonna
already
say
love
something?
her and everything. Yeah, but you already love her in this
Yeah,
case,
and
right?
I
Like
would
you.
work through it with her. Yeah, I'd work through it with her.
I, but
What's
again,
there to
what's the
work through?
specific?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like what?
What is there to work through?
My feelings, my negative feelings towards having 75 partners.
But you fell in love with her.
Hmm.
Does it that so that now changes the fact that you love her?
I don't know if it would change the fact that I love her.
Wow.
I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't like love her any less. I don't think that's. But I would like. It'd bother me. You know.
That's it's kind of sad in a way, Aaron. Like
No,
it's
I don't
almost
think
like it's almost like you're discounting love because of this concern you have about a body count.
No, I don't think that's sad. I think it'd be sad if I were to judge her and ruin our relationship over it. That would
But
be
you are
sad.
judging. But you are judging.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Well, I'm not telling her about it. I'm like I said, I don't think you should be. I don't think feelings are wrong. You could feel whatever you want.
I'm
It's
not
what you
discounting.
do.
I'm not
It's
discounting
your
that.
actions.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's your
I'm not.
actions.
I'm not discounting that. Your feelings are your own. I'm not discounting that at all. It just seems like you've fallen in love with this person, and all of a sudden you find out that they've had more sexual partners than you would consider reasonable, and that potentially could change your love of her. It's not like she's been dishonest. It's just the conversation never came up, right?
Well, I feel like it would have came up by now, but
but it
or
didn't.
at least well, not. We've talked about our past sex life to the point where I could guess where her body count is, but we've never told each other our exact body count. Like I can assume her body with the all the stories she's told me and all the things I've heard because we've been together for a handful of years. I'm assuming it's around like 10 with me basically. I feel like I would know. I feel like if my wife stuff
what
was
story? You said you share stuff to be able to figure it out. What kind of thing specifically?
well, for starters, I know a handful of people she's dated.
Okay.
And she told me they had a sexual relationship, and
Okay.
some of them I know personally, and so I know that they've had sex personally. You know,
Okay.
so
And did that bother you? Did that bother you, or give you a negative feeling or anything like that?
That she's been with people in the past.
Well, people that you know. There's no right or wrong answer. There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just curious.
No, that's kind of off topic with what I was talking about.
It is.
I feel like
sort of.
I feel like maybe we should finish what we were talking about earlier instead of jumping to something else.
Well, this is related. We're talking about body count now.
I know, but we were talking.
If you don't want to share, I'm not trying to pressure you into sharing stuff that you don't want to share. If you don't want to share, it's fine.
I wouldn't share that right now, but I'd rather talk about with what we were talking about earlier.
Okay, guys, 100,000 likes. We'll get to a new guest. Okay, what were we talking about earlier that was different than this?
I still think it boils down to intimacy. Like I think
Yeah.
that's that's the first place that I went to when you first brought it up about how you didn't want to be judged. You didn't want people to see you naked in Walmart or whatever that scenario was. I think it's about intimacy for you more than it is about body count. And it almost seems to me like you feel like if someone has a body count above what you would consider normal or acceptable, then because of that condition, you may not feel like you can be intimate and or emotionally intimate with that person. Does that track, Aaron?
So I have, for me, like I said, the whole connection thing, I feel like, well, you didn't want to use 80, so we'll use, say, 30. If there was a woman I was dating and say she was, because like I said, it all depends on certain circumstances. So say if she was 25, 26,
Okay.
and she slept with 30 people.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I would assume she was not having sex with every one of those guys for a connection.
Okay.
And I don't think sex should be something really more than that, than other than a connection. Like I said, I think sex
It
is
should
just
only
a
be
big
done with like in terms of having a connection. That should be the only time it
yeah.
should be done.
Yeah, I don't believe
Okay.
in. I don't think sex should be. I think I think sex is a big deal, so I don't think it should be super casual. Basically,
Okay. Guys, remember 100,000 likes, new guest. So, what is it like? Why is it a negative thing if somebody doesn't have it in the scenario of having a connection? Like
I
somebody
think
that you're
it.
dating, someone that you're dating.
If I met a woman and well, if there's a person if there's a man or woman, because it doesn't really matter what sex,
Mm-hmm.
and they had sex with the person, I just think that if you if you if you have value to yourself, why would you just give yourself to some random person like that?
What do you mean by give yourself? You're doing something consensually with another partner that feels good. What do you mean by giving yourself?
So if uh, what do you mean?
You're insinuating it's a
How?
bad thing. You're insinuating it's a bad thing. You're saying giving yourself to someone, right? Like what? Why
Yeah,
is that a bad thing? What do you?
I think you could. I don't think it's a bad thing if if you have a connection and and say
Well,
if you're trying to
we're
have
not
a
talking about connection here. You're talking about in the case where there's not a connection because you said giving
yeah,
yourself, which has like a negative
because
connotation. Why?
I don't think you because I think a person has value, and I feel
How
like
how does that devalue them?
I don't think it. I don't. I think I think if you believe you have value, then I don't think you should be giving yourself to someone, to just anyone.
I feel like
See,
this
Aaron,
is getting
I think it's
circular.
I think it's very commendable. I think it's very commendable what you're saying because I think what you're talking about, and I appreciate saying this. I think what you're talking about is you value emotional intimacy and you value connection, and to you that connection includes sex,
Yeah, the
and
human
you wouldn't,
body.
and you don't,
You know,
right? But so does that track?
that does. Yeah.
Okay, so like if you went on vacation, hi Erica, if you went on vacation, right, by yourself, and you hit it off with somebody, and the vacation's winding down, you spent every day together, and then all of a sudden, last night, you guys decide consensually to have sex. Would that be a bad thing to you if that happened?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But that wouldn't equal to an extreme number of body counts, though.
Well, if you went
All
on
right.
lots of vacations, it might, but
Yeah,
that's
I wouldn't. Yeah, that.
Erica, you wanted to ask a question?
Yeah, I have a question. You said earlier on that your body count was 8 or 9.
Yeah. Do you want me to like sit here and try and think of all of them
No,
real
no,
quick?
I don't. I just that so not all of those were relationships, right?
There was like I want to say two that weren't, but
Okay.
I've been in like 7 long term. No, hold on. Do you want me to? Do you want me to
No,
just like?
I just think
It's pretty close to mostly. Yeah.
if this were really your standard, and your standard was that you think that sex should only happen with a connection, you would know your number. It wouldn't be like an 8 or a 9. And to be honest, to me, it's more of a red flag someone having 7 long-term relationships than it is them having slept with a ton of people.
You think so? Why is that?
Yeah, because you're a serial monogamist.
What does that mean?
Someone who goes from relationship to relationship to relationship. How long have you been single in your adult life?
From like 0 to
That doesn't
15.
count. That doesn't
No,
count.
no, your adult, in your adult life.
Oh, adult
How long?
life. Well, I would say. Well, I would say from 18 to 22, I was single, and then like 2 months, like half a year in between, like 4 years in the past, and 4 and 5 years in the past. So like I would say four,
What? I'm
five.
I'm
confused.
No,
so
5 years.
confused. Guys,
What
100,000 likes, new guest.
between your last relationship and your current relationship? How much time was there?
6 months.
And between that relationship and the relationship before that, how long
No,
was
no,
it?
I'd say a year. Yeah, I'd say a year.
So,
In,
so,
in between my
so
last
I
two.
just a quick question then. How have you managed? Because you said you were single from the age of 18 to 22, and then from 22 to what are you now, 33?
33, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How have you fit in 7 long-term relationships?
I didn't say long term. I said
You
You did.
you
Oh, yes, you
did.
did. You
You
if I did
100%
did.
long
say
term.
if I did
Yeah.
say long term,
You did.
I apologize. I basically meant to say relationships that were like in my mind gonna try and be long term.
So that contradicts everything you told us earlier, bro.
Oh, is that?
Because you talked about it in terms of connections, meaning that people shouldn't be using sex as a means to build intimacy.
Okay, so I guess I should say add those not this is 8 or 9. 9, I'm gonna say 9. About 7 of them I had connection with. I should say that. I'll say that.
But I can meet somebody
I had
at
a deep
7 p.
romantic
I
connection with
can meet
7 of them.
someone at 7 p.m. and have a connection with them.
By 7:05.
Yeah, not 7:05, but maybe by 11. I don't know. Like, different. Well, maybe 7:05. Depends on the person, right?
Depends on how many drinks you had.
If they play rugby.
I'd hope
I
I
doubt you
hadn't
have
had
that
enough
much.
by 7:05 to be. But who knows? If I started at lunch, maybe.
I doubt you have as bad memory as me.
But we know, right? We know from psychologists that that a depth of connection, depending on the circumstance, can be built very quickly with somebody if there's like an emergency situation, or you experience some trauma together, or there are a ton of circumstances under which
Yeah.
connection can be built extremely quickly with people.
Mm-hmm.
But by the way, are you married?
Yeah.
How old were you when you got married?
29.
Okay, now I'm completely confused.
This is wild.
Okay, so
The
I'll
story
go through
keeps
my life.
changing and changing.
I'll go through my life story for you, buddy. So,
You don't have long, man. You
No,
got
I
2,000
think we're
likes.
good.
Go.
But just
so
talk to us about between 22 and 26, how you got 7 long-term relationships in those 4 years.
oh, I didn't. I've been with my wife for almost 4.5 years now. So
You said
so
you got
last
married at 26, right?
no, I said 20. I said no. I'm 29. I got married when I was 29 years old. I'm 33 right now.
Hang on. How long did you know your wife before you got married to her?
We were together for a year and then we got married.
But you said
I've
that
known her
doesn't
since
make
we were.
sense. You said you've been together for 4.5 years.
I've known her since she was 18 and I was 20. We met then, and
Okay,
then
this is just getting.
we got together in 22. No, yeah, 22, and we got married in 23. There you go.
So the window's gotten shorter for those 7 long-term relationships, Aaron, right? So now it's
I'm sorry.
22 to 28.
I'm sorry.
6 years.
Did you hear me when I said I changed it from long-term relationships to people I had a deep connection with? I did
Deep
say
connection.
that.
How long? So what's the shortest?
I shouldn't have said long-term relationships.
Right.
I
So Aaron,
apologize for saying
what's the shortest relationship you had where you developed a deep connection?
I'd say about it was like a month and a half. We were dating for about a month and a half.
So that's not really is that a deep connection?
Yeah, we
I
were
wouldn't say it's impossible to, but
we were best friends beforehand. So before we started dating.
so it was more than a month and a half.
No, we were best friends, and then we decided to start dating, and then we were together for about a month and a half.
How long?
What about ones you weren't best friends with? What about some of the others you weren't best friends with?
There was a girl that I had a deep connection with that was like playing my feelings for a couple years. That's
So
another one.
you were with her for a couple years?
We weren't dating because she was like, you know, it was like I wanted to be with you. I'm gonna have sex with you and kind
Oh,
of
got
like
it.
not
So
date you.
she
Who's
friend zoned
manipulating me?
you. She
I
friend
didn't.
zoned you, and you hung around and pretended to be her friend because actually
No.
what you wanted to do was get together with her. No, 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 no. That's what we know. That's what
Uh,
people do, right?
Can I talk real quick?
all right, I'm gonna seek a new guest out. You
So,
can finish whatever you're doing. I'm seeking a new guest out though. Go ahead.
huh?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I met a girl, and we started
He's here.
like talking and stuff, and I start feeling strong feelings for her, and we start having sex, and she said, "Well, I don't want to continue this anymore," so we stopped talking, and then like 4 months later, she wanted to hang out again, so we start having sex again, and then she kind of cut it off again, and just for like 2 years straight, she just kept bringing me back in and taking me out.
She breadcrumbed you.
Yeah, breadcrumbing, sure. That's one of the women that I've had sex with.
Guys,
I would,
FYI, I guess we don't have anybody else in our request box. They might have just
and I
left a
wouldn't
lot of
consider
whatever.
that a
So
long
we're
range.
gonna stick with them. But I got 5 minutes anyway. So yeah, go ahead. Whoever's talking.
That's enough time to develop a long-term relationship, Doug. 5 minutes. That's all you need, bro.
Yeah, Doug. By the end of this 5 minutes, you and Steve are going to be like that. I'm
We're gonna be
making
best
a
friends.
fingers crossed sign.
T-Jazz, I tried bringing some. All right, I'll bring you up. It didn't let me bring you up. I don't have long, T-Jazz, so we gotta make it quick though. Okay.
Yeah, no
All right,
problem.
T-Jazz. Aaron, I'm gonna go ahead and bring you down. Appreciate the conversation. Good luck with everything. T-Jazz, how old are you?
39.
All right, I know we spoke before. And you think body count matters?
I do, but
Okay.
I also, my question to you is, what is a high body count?
Well, I mean, I don't. It's not a variable that I think about, so I wouldn't like see one as high or not because I don't ask.
All right, so I'm a married man.
Hmm.
If I met two different girls that were the exact same person, and one of them said I've been with 6 different people, and one of them said I've been with 74 different people, which one do you think that I am going to pick?
Well, we had this question yesterday, and you can't meet two people. You can't meet two people who are the
No,
exact
I
same person.
understand. It's a hypothetical.
I'm not. Except the problem is this is a real life issue. We're not engaging in hypotheticals.
Erica,
Right,
what
you're
would
not.
you say is a high body count?
I'm like Doug. I don't. I have the conversation if someone else brings it up, but I don't really bring it up.
The English rugby team.
Yeah.
I date women and Doug's chest hair.
What?
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 It's a joke.
All right.
No, I date women. I've been married for 10 years next month.
All right, but
So why do
here's
you
the
care?
thing though. In your hypothetical, it depends on how well you know the person, what connections you have with them. There's so many variables that would go into it. So it wouldn't be just about their body count.
Well, I mean, if we're going to squash the hypothetical, we don't have to continue on with it. But
Okay.
it's difficult for me to think when I am not willingly going out there and sleeping with every woman that will sleep with me to sleep with a woman who will sleep with anything with 2 legs.
But that's not typically how women work, right? I don't know any woman. I don't know any woman who has slept with every man who has tried it on with them. Not one. I can't say the same for the men I know, because men and women's brains work on different planes. That's not like I just and like I have some friends who were very promiscuous when we were younger, and even they didn't sleep with every offer that they got.
You understand what I'm saying, though, don't you?
No, because it's not realistic.
Yeah. What you're doing, TJ, is what I'm hearing is you're trying to create a scenario to justify your belief that body count matters.
No, I think that now listen, if we're talking about 7 versus 9 and shit like that, none of that shit fucking matters. You just don't want that girl that was taking home 2 dudes a night to the bar or from the bar.
But could you go home with 2 girls a night from the bar?
No, I would never do that.
But that's not the question.
Could I?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
And are you? Then are you? Wait. Then are you a catch? Then would it be okay for women to date you?
It would be okay for somebody to date me, but I'm married.
You see the double standard, bro? You see the double standard?
There's no double standard. I'm not going out there sleeping with a bunch of people. I wouldn't do that. Would. No, I said somebody could date me. I didn't say that they could sleep with me. I don't even kiss on the first date, man.
You literally just said you would, man. You literally just said you would do that.
I do need to wrap this up, though, unfortunately. I really got to get out of here. So,
right.
TJS, I do this topic often, or I will start doing it more often, so you can always come back up, okay?
Well, thanks for having me up, dude.
I appreciate it.
I just wanted to come in and...
I got you. Yeah. Cool.
Doug, super quick.
What?
The comment section just suggested, and it's a great idea, having a background, the friend zone doesn't exist. Which would be a great one.
Oh, that is pretty good. I like that. That's a good idea. Yeah, guys, give me more ideas for backgrounds. That's a good one, though, but if you have any more, please let me know. If you guys did enjoy the live...
Eric,
sorry, go
it could be Doug. Doug is a 304. We could have that, too.
I don't know what a 304 is, so...
I only learned what that was very, very recently. Very recently.
Me too. I just learned as well, so you have to look at it. You'll figure it out.
All right, I really got to wrap this up, though. Guys, if you enjoyed the live, make sure you click the follow button at the top left of TikTok. Follow Fax. Follow Erica. If you watch on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Fax, you want to say something real quick?
I appreciate the live. Dougie is the bestest boy.
Thank you, Fax. I appreciate you. All right, guys, I got to end it. I'll see you. Maybe I'll be live later. If I do, I'll let you know in Discord. Join it. The link is in my bio. If you don't want to join it, join the bulletin board here on TikTok. Okay? Take care, guys.
Later. Peace.